Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Can folks hear me out there? Let me know if you can hear me, okay? What's up, guys? This is our first time doing this, so just bear with any technical difficulties, but we're going to get started. Do y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? 1 2, or 1 2. So 9:05, we're going to get started for real. We're going to get started legit 9:05. Smitty, can you hear me? Y'all just write if you can hear me or not. You can. Okay, great. These earphones are way too good. Nice. So what's up? Y'all got a good week? What's up, baby? How you doing? So here's how this is going to work. I do have a format, right? But this is IG. You guys are involved in the process here. So I'm going to look at your questions and everything like that. I'm going to take them in as we go through the show. But this is scheduled for 2 hours. And like if we go long, I'm going to like stop it and then we'll just start again because it's going to be a 2-hour format for my show. All right? Are we cool? Good, I dig it. I dig it. All right, 9:05 is the time to start. 9:05, we're going to get started. So that gives me a chance to go actually get my sponsor's product. Hang on. That wasn't good. Hey, I see you. Okay, these damn earpieces are complicated. All right, so we're going to get this started right now. Here's the format. We're going to do something called Shawn Speak. So I'm going to give you a little essay. We're going to bring on people, and then we'll have fun. But this first essay is not fun. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the Shawn Show. I'm your host, Shawn Durham, Accepted Eyes. You've seen me on Ready to Love. Some of you have seen me on commercials. And some of you, according to the gossip, have seen me on street corners. That last one's not true. But anyway, hey, Dana Dane, what's up? This is important to me, so listen up. Yes, I am a black man, but no, this isn't a black show. I'm going to touch on several topics, but I want to start with something that affects with all of us, some more than others. And that's the fact that this weekend, we officially surpassed 900,000 COVID deaths. That's 900,000. That's 300 9/11s. That's 30 small-range nuclear bombs going off in major cities from Tulsa to New York. Now, CNBC reported that black people are dying at a larger percentage from this virus than most others. And that includes a number of famous people. But those who aren't even dying from COVID, black families are still too short to do something like have a will and testament. Now, we aren't going to live forever. Black family median's wealth is a paltry 15% of white families. Now, that doesn't make any sense. Now, that's 15%. So white families average 188,000 in actual wealth. Black folks, 24,000. 15%. Look, at least have money to bury yourself. I'm 45. I got no wife. I got no kids. But my sister, who's going to be on this show, she has my will. I have an insurance policy that I can leave money to bury me and take care of my family. I know it seems like an extra expense, but do it for you, do it for your family, do it for peace of mind, do it for the progression of the race. Get a policy, draft a will, smoke one less cigar a week. That's tough. Drink one less cocktail and take care of it. But it's worthwhile. You can't take it with you. but at least leave it for somebody else. All right. Well, that was kind of depressing. So I'm about to pour me a drink, and we gonna get started with what we call, as soon as I get my music up, the Shawn Show. It's the Shawn Show and Tyrone too. Tonight's guests from It's Showtime at the Apollo from Sirius Radio, Jowanda Durham. And yes, she is my damn sister. Two sisters. Speaking of sisters who are going to talk a bunch of stuff tonight, ShadeNTheCity will join us in the second hour. And then we're going to get down, actually we're going to open with this lady, Kym Dudley, the entrepreneur for Body Butter Bakery, and a couple of other surprises. And like I said, flying wingman with me is my man Tyrone. T-Sizzle will be joining us soon. Shawn Show. He's playing podcast-free music, 'cause it is Shawn Show and he ain't got no money, so he playing podcast-free music. Am I doing this every Tuesday? Man, I need a bunch more sponsors. And if you want to sponsor the Shawn Show, which is presented by Body Butter Bakery, just contact me later, all right? All right, so now we're just waiting on our guests to join us. And I can turn off the music now. That's not bad for music that you don't have to pay for, license-free music, right? All right, I'm going to wave at some of y'all. This is the Shawn Show, and I'm your host, Shawn Durham. So glad that y'all showed up. I know some of y'all just want to like hang out here so you can get yourself a nice discount on our sponsors product here, Body Butter Bakery. Let me tell you something. It smells like damn dessert, for real. Like, I'm astounded. I open up the box and it smelled like the inside of my mama's purse. like for real, like this eat it all. So she should be flying in very shortly. Kym, are you there?
I am.
There she is. Hey girl, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well. So Kym, I was just telling them that I opened up the box of goodies. Once again, thank you. And she's
You're
quick
welcome.
on it too. She first of all, let's tell the people about yourself. Real quick before we get into any questions.
Okay. Body Butter Bakery is a business that I just started in October of 2020 after having to close my salon for a few months. I needed something to get me by because I was living what some would call the equivalent of check to check. So I was making it for myself, and then I started making it for others. More people asked. So I just put up a site, and it's been growing just about double every month.
Oh, what kind of Madam C.J. Walker shit you got going on? You just go around. Girl, you ashy as hell. You know what? I can make you something real quick. Oh, cool. You got $5? I can do it.
Five.
I know it's more. It's way more than $5. So,
okay.
but it won't be that expensive tonight because you got a surprise for our guests, but for people visiting with us. But you used to be a cosmetologist. Now this is your full-time job, right, Kym?
Yes, I do this all day, every day, 6 days a week.
6 days a week. Good God. And you're your only employer right now. Like you're doing all of the bottling, the canning and the labeling and of course the mixing of this. Now tell us about this. So I'm holding in my hand coconut rum. Now you guys won't be able to see the labels because the light is kind of bright, but trust me, this stuff smells very good. But your top sellers are like lemon, is that right?
Yes, lemon pound cake. It is the best lemon pound cake scent that you will get from anybody's body butter. I stand by it. I stand by it. I guarantee it.
It does smell like lemon pound cake. I'm not lying to you. It smells so good. And so here's the thing. Now, I'm not going to use that, but you do have products that guys will use, and we'll get to those in a second. But, like, I'm just going to tell you, women, listen, I know we have a lot of ladies on tonight. It's a lady-heavy show, but we got some fellas here too. But ladies, listen. When a fella comes over to a woman's house, and it's quiet, and the music is not noisy or crazy, and it's all nice and chill, and you see a woman, first of all, she's shining like Kym is right now, and then you can smell how her skin feels when you smell her. I don't know if I can repeat that. You can smell how her skin feels. And so it's like you're anticipating it. It is like, you know those cartoons where the pie will be put out on the windowsill and you see the smoke?
Yeah.
And like it'll bring all sorts of vagrants and scoundrels to that windowsill. You turn into that pie when you wear stuff like Body Butter Bakery. So there are male products here, but I put on one of the creams, and I damn near slid out the damn bathroom because it got me that shiny and greased up. Now, will this mess up some sheets, Kym? Just say that real quick. Like, be honest.
No, it doesn't. As long as you don't use too much, because it only takes a little bit goes a long way. Don't use too much. It's just enough. It doesn't have a greasy finish on your skin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I got my man Tyrone. He's supposed to fly in here soon as he makes the request. Go ahead and make a request, Tyrone. But I just want to talk to you a little bit about your male products, because you have this beard and body butter. It's in a brown canister, a little bit more masculine. And I'm holding in my hand the pina colada. Now, the pina colada one's a little bit too loud for my taste because it's kind of it's like a Dexter St. Jock type of thing going on. If you know Eddie Murphy's old jokes, like you're walking around the island with your shirt off and you're smelling like coconut all damn day. Like, oh, I'm going to draw roaches. I'm not going to do anything with this. But
no.
Is this going to draw roaches, Kym? Is this stuff going to draw roaches?
No, the ingredients are natural, and some would be considered food, like coconut oil, literally from a coconut. But no, it will not bring pests. It is the milkshake that will bring the boys to the yard, but it will not bring roaches. It
really will. And so there's one that you have here called Debonair, and it smells great. Your mixtures of the scents you have a really good olfactory is the word, guys. That's the word of the day, olfactory, olfactory. You have a great olfactory because you're not overdoing it. You've measured it just right. And
I don't want it to interfere with your cologne.
Yes. Well, quite frankly, I haven't worn cologne much. I haven't not that. I wash. I use a cocoa butter soap, and I'll use a cocoa butter based lotion. Okay. But I'm going to start using some of this because it'll give me that little bit of musk. But I don't want people to smell me before I show up. And so that's the good thing about your products. We got Ty Wilson coming in, so he's going to ask a question of you as well. But real quick, Kym, so for a guy like me, hey, Ty, how's it going?
What's going on? What I missed? We were talking about cocoa butter?
We talk, well... There's a running joke.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm Tyrone's good. My wingman tonight, everybody. Tyrone 24, Freaky Ty. To some people, I'm never calling a man Freaky Ty. But Ty is here, and he's going to be my wingman for the rest of the night. And Kym, we're about to say goodbye to Kym. But Kym, tell us what you have in store for those who want to get involved with your product. And tell them where they can get it.
You can get the whipped body butters from www.bodybutterbakery.com. And until midnight, if you use the code The Shawn Show, you'll get 50% off any purchase on the website.
Ooh, Lord Jesus. She said she is taking a haircut of 50% until midnight. Now, Kym, all right, so is this midnight just Eastern Standard Time, or is it
midnight Eastern? Yes,
midnight
absolutely.
Eastern. Woo! So if you on the West Coast, you about assed out if you don't get home. If you don't order this stuff right now, you got 50%
they better get
off.
to it.
Better get to it. And Valentine's Day, it will get there in time, so you can get some stuff for your man. This beard body butter is good for me. I use it this morning. I haven't broken out yet or hived up, and it smells great, so I feel really good. Ty, you got some facial hair. I saw some of your old pictures. You used to have a beard.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that? You're not going to grow a beard for that?
I consider it. Yeah, I consider it.
But it's also good for the skin, right? You could just put it on your skin, correct? Correct, Kym?
Yep.
Now, Kym, for the folks at home, just out of curiosity, why in the hell did you decide to sponsor this hatchet job that's a show right now?
I know it's because you're growing just like I am as a business, so I feel like we can grow together.
Mm-hmm.
We can grow together. We can grow together. It's a great answer. Ty, you got any questions for Kym?
I missed the part where you were talking about yourself. I joined when I was hearing about cocoa butter, so I probably missed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is not a cocoa butter product, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Kym,
what about cocoa butter?
I said this is not a cocoa butter product.
No. Actually, a lot of people are. I didn't know until doing this, but a lot of people are allergic to cocoa butter, so I only use it in 1 scent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But go ahead.
But I'm from Tallahassee. I was a cosmetologist for 18 years, and I just closed my salon in November. So I make whipped body butter all day, every day. That's my full-time job now. And even though people ask me, like, you stop doing hair and make body butter? Yes.
Okay.
If they saw the numbers, they would too.
Okay. And you're the sponsor, right?
I am.
So we love you. We love you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Yeah, I'll be able to buy you a drink now, Ty. But just one drink, and that's it.
Wow.
I got expenses. I got a mic.
McAllen.
I just paid for it. McAllen, good Lord.
Double pour. Yeah.
Yes, J. Cox Jr. 87. She makes beard products. We literally just said beard and body butter products for you right now. And she gave me 4 cents. And like she said, if you go online right now and order, you got till midnight. What's the code again, Kym?
The Shawn Show.
That's simple enough. That's what the hell you're watching and listening to right now. The Shawn Show. Don't spell it white Irish. It's ShaWN, not like the Sully boys that are in mass like Tyrone's used to up there. But Shawn, the Shawn Show. ShaWN. You'll get 50% off of whatever you buy until midnight tonight. And so, yeah, check it out. Y'all got about 2 hours and 45 minutes to do that. Anything else you want to add, Kym, before we let you go?
No, that's it. That's it for me. I'll let you get to it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll keep hyping you up throughout the show. But that's Kym Dudley, everybody. Just go ahead and sign off whenever you're ready. Okay, then? And I'll be talking to you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, there is a town in Ireland called Tyrone.
Of course there's a town in Ireland.
There's a Tyrone, Ireland.
That's where I got the last name for the character of my book, Carlos Tyrone.
Okay.
Because there was a Tyrone Power, a white actor from the 40s. I'm like, that is a white man named Tyrone? But yeah, it's a regular Scots-Irish Anglican name. So
and the people can look this up, but Stephen Colbert's middle name is Tyrone.
That is exactly right. Stephen Colbert, whose show, if you've been following me on Instagram, I went to see him 2 weeks ago, got front row seats. Stephen Tyrone Colbert. And it's actually Colbert because he's Irish American, but he decided to say Colbert because he wanted to stand out. So he turned it French.
So this is the Shawn, officially the Shawn Show?
This is officially the Shawn Show.
This is episode 1, episode 2? What episode are we on?
Yeah, last week was episode 0. Because
is that the pilot?
That was sort of like that was it. We could call it a pilot. That was just a mess. But I tell you, it's going to be more regimented. We have a few more segments. It's going to be more controlled. But if we were to spill over and like have a 3-hour conversation, the actual show would be 2 hours. So we would not do that to people. But yeah, real quick before we get. Oh, actually, we got about a couple of minutes to kill because my sister Jowanda Durham is coming up.
Hold on.
Yeah,
you got a sister?
I got 3 sisters, boy.
Interesting.
So I met Tyrone's sister last week, by the way.
Interesting.
So I met Tyrone's sister.
I'm gonna just sip.
You just gotta sip. Tyrone's sister is lovely, and she's wonderful, and she has that skin that Body Butter Bakery would really do well.
Okay.
But she's sweet, she's pretty, and we were out celebrating Tyrone's birthday with the rest of the crew from our show, and it was Phil's birthday as well. And she can hang, she can bowl a little bit too. She was competitive, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So Tyrone's now going to get to meet my sister, who's about the same age as your sister, actually. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She in LA. So if you want to shoot your shot, because you're want to do that, because you're Tyrone.
I didn't say that, man. I didn't say that at all.
Just watch how you talk around me. That's all. I will pull a sucker's plug. I will pull a plug.
That's not even my style, man.
But my sister is coming on the show, and she's while I'm a creative, she's been more creative than me for a long time, and she moved out from New York to LA. She's doing great things, and she's a host, and she's the voiceover host of this documentary on Sirius XM Radio called "It's Showtime at the Apollo." Did you ever watch his Showtime at the Apollo? Coming up, Tyrone?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that theme song. It's showtime at the Apollo. Da, 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 da. Have you ever visited the Apollo?
No, I haven't. Probably just walked by. But yeah.
Hold on a second, Tyrone. Miss Independent Woman. The girls did not win bowling. That is a lie that Aleisha put out there. They did not win bowling. They were celebrating the fact that they got 2 strikes in a row. I'm still looking at these comments. There's a lot going on. I got my own control switch. But we ain't gonna just have no lies told on the men. In fact, Courtney did some Trump stuff to Dante. So what I mean by that is she was like, "No, look, Dante, you ain't gonna play us like that. Show the scoreboard. Show the scoreboard." Like when Trump was like, "Yeah, that didn't happen. You don't want me to reveal the tapes? The tapes will show that you lied. Like the scoreboard will show that you lied, Courtney. We won. So don't get it twisted." Ty had a great score. Well, had a good score. Phil came at the last minute and came back at the last minute and defeated me as the top guy. But we had a strong score, and the women they failed.
Wow. You got anyone coming on tonight?
From the show?
From anywhere other than his sister.
Oh no. So I got my sister coming on the show. And then at the second half of the show, we will break down all the reality tea that y'all want to sip. I'm a coffee drinker, so if you got teas. We'll talk with the bloggers, ShadeNTheCity, their sister act. So we're going to bring the both of them on, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Last week we had a cast member on, and so I'm told that that maybe the powers that be said, "Hey, y'all are talking too much out here in these internets." So
in my opinion, it's a little early. It's a little early, and essentially, what I would do is I would, what's the word I'm looking for? Slightly suggest that you tone it down some, because if you give out all your information now, there's nothing to talk about when it's time to do your interviews, and no one's going to show up to your interviews. So you want to get those numbers up, but at the right time.
Exactly.
And I know you want to clear your name, I know you do, but sometimes it's better to just take a step back and wait till the right time.
And just to say from what I've seen of the show, they're a palate cleanser from the early dramas that we had with our cast. They aren't?
When did our drama start? Our drama didn't start week 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Give it some time.
Give it some time. You're right.
Give it some time.
So we're going to have the Shade and the City girls, women talk about that, and we'll see. But, I'm slightly blurred. That's not good. It's my show. We'll see what happens as we go along with this. All right. My sister's about to sign on soon. What questions do you have for my sister about me before we even get into the Showtime at the Apollo stuff? What do you have any questions about?
Yeah, I'm going to ask her in front of you. I'm not going to give you time to prep.
I hate you, Tyrone.
I ain't gonna give you time to prep. You know, I'm sure she'll just be honest. You know, and
She
we'll
gonna
hear
do what
it.
little sisters do. She's gonna talk. She's gonna talk, and she's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, maybe I'll see if my sister's up.
You know what? That'd be cool.
I'll see if she's up and
let's
see if she'll come on.
let's get your sister up.
Shoot, goodness.
Well, let's back.
She'll tell the truth. My only rule is to tell the truth, and believe you me, she'll tell it.
Ty, how you like my my little board back
I saw that. I like it. And
right,
Tyrone. Yeah, I like it. With Tyrone.
With Tyrone. So while opening it up and setting up the letters and everything, it took about 4 hours to organize that damn board. I felt like I had Theo Huxtable dyslexia trying to unscramble the Soul Train board.
Okay.
I did not. First of all, the letters were just thrown together, and they were not organized in any way, shape, or form. So it was. I had to organize that before I spell out everything.
Oh, so it's about the same time it takes you to answer a question.
That's not correct. It's not correct. If it's a look, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that more with the Shade and the City. But we will get into that because I was recently on a recap. Hey, you're here, so go ahead and let's see. Let's get you in here. For some reason I can't get her in here. Wanda, do you see the join button? There should be a button where you can request to join. Okay. And here's our first technical difficulty.
Jowanda Durham, am I following her?
Go ahead, follow her. She's in the entertainment business. You're welcome to do that.
I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you. I think I'm already following that because of you. You posted the message earlier.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Copy link, share.
Yeah.
There's someone in here trying to. Excuse me, Claudette C. I don't think I can. I can't have you join. This is my show. I don't know who you are.
I think you can just request her too, as well.
Okay.
I think I can request her.
If you can request her, go ahead, Tyrone, because I got a
I'm
feeling
joking.
I might be
No, I can't. I can't. No.
Oh no. She says no join. Sign off and sign back on, Wanda. And I got to find out a way to kick out Claudette RG. Maybe I should let her get her out.
Oh.
You see her?
I see it, Claudette. Claudette join.
Yeah. All right. And welcome to. Okay. Now, how do we get rid of her?
Claudette?
Claudette, could you unjoin? You're wrecking my shop here.
Hey, take control over there, Shawn.
I'm trying to. Anyone have IG? Welcome to the Shawn Show, everybody.
I would. So I think you should apply to the entire East Coast and.
All right. So this is our first. It's like a spammer or something.
You got bombs? You got IG bombs?
Yeah. So I got to find a way to get rid of her.
I don't know if Claudette would do that.
I don't know. Claudette's up to stuff.
Yeah, you got to click on it. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all see this?
Who else we got here? Let's see.
This
Kym Dudley by Demita Joe. I Am Jules by V. Sure thing, Claudette. I'm sure Shawn will have some time.
Okay. All right. She's gone. Someone said might as well ask her something. Hello? Ty is frozen. That's what happened. Woo! All right, my sister's here. All right, want to try to join again, okay? Now Ty's about to come back in. Oh, Shantae Howard, this is my first show. Give me a break. All right, Ty's flying in. So we're getting this show together. We're getting it going.
Yeah. Pretty soon, Shawn, you'll have a staff to handle all these difficulties.
I just did 5 things at once before the show started. And now, all right. Now, let's go get my sister.
I just saw her. I saw a court. I saw who else?
All right. Invite yourself, Wanda.
Who else did I see? I think I saw Tiffany earlier.
I did see Tiffany. I think I saw Courtney.
Miss Independent Woman, always supportive. Thank you. Shade in the City's here.
All right. Girls for later. Might need to get them on now. All right. Here we go. Jowanda. I'm going to add her in right now.
Turn you got your Wi-Fi on? Your phone?
Yeah. Am I blurry?
Yeah.
Might just be a lot of stuff going on.
Miss Smiley. All right.
All right. So can you see me, guys? Yes. I'm heard. I've seen, and I just invited my sister, so just waiting for her to pop up. Anyway, so who you got in the Super Bowl this week, John? Ty?
You know what? I'm not even going to watch.
Why not?
I don't even really care.
What?
None of my teams are playing. I'm a Patriots fan. So I don't even really give a damn who's in it. It's going to be expensive. Maybe I'll just watch the commercials, you know, and see how it goes. I guess it's going to be, what, 90s, late 90s groups again? Snoop, Eminem, and them, right? That bracket.
Yeah, well, that age bracket.
From what I understand. It's all good. I would have taken over, you know, but this is only my first episode, you know. Normally I would jump in when there's technical difficulties, but
because you're the tech guy.
We'll let Shawn get through that.
Someone said commercials. Is that for the Super Bowl, or are you talking about my show? There we go.
Yeah, normally we will have commercial breaks in the future.
My sister's about to fly in right now.
Hey, break 2. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Hey, sis.
Oh, man. It only took like 8.
Sorry.
What's going on?
On my laptop, maybe I don't have an updated edition of
no, you can't.
Instagram.
You can't. I should have told you. Instagram only wants you to go live through either your phone or through an iPad. They don't have anything through the laptop.
Well, let me clean my phone up a little bit for you guys so you can see me a little bit better. And let me also...
Well, now she's dead.
Clearly your younger sister, right?
Yes.
Clearly your younger sister.
What do you mean clearly? I think I look pretty good.
That was a compliment to the
I did.
Sis, man. Let me.
I dig it. I dig it.
Done with
take over the show. I'm about to make a drink.
Hi, sis. How you doing?
Love. The men who didn't find love. This is exciting.
And we are so excited to have you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So.
Thank you, Miss Independent Woman. Thank you so much.
LA, huh?
I'm in LA. Georgia girl, lived in New York for 12 years and moved here a little over a year ago. So I've decided to live in every major city, I suppose.
Okay. No, that ain't too far. Never really been to LA.
DC and LA are not too far?
Nope. Not for that smile.
I think, look at this one. This one didn't need a TV show, Shawn. He could have just gotten a woman walking down the streets of DC.
Are you dating?
Wait a minute. What was that last bit? I missed that last bit.
So
what was that?
that's cool.
Don't worry about that.
Are you dating in LA, sis?
I mean, I'm on Hinge. I don't know if we would call that dating.
She is unhinged. She is unhinged.
Am I successfully dating in LA? I would say not.
How many pictures do you have on Hinge?
Probably about
Ty,
6.
you about to stalk the hell out of her, aren't you?
No. If I see the pictures, it'll be all I needed to know. Just from the pictures.
You're saying that my pictures are probably awful, and that's why I'm not
No.
dating successfully?
I have a good eye when it comes to dating profiles.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's like I can be your therapist, but through your dating profile.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the show.
We're going to talk about the show.
Okay.
This is terrible.
Sure.
I told you to shoot a shot. I told you to shoot a shot. What's that?
I'm not sure. We just talking, man. We just talking. What did they say yesterday? It's just, just drinks.
Just drinks.
Whatever
they
were saying.
Yeah. No drinks for me. Just some water tonight. Some alkaline water.
You also have a meeting later, so I want to make sure I get you in. But ladies and gentlemen, this is my younger sister, my baby sister, Jowanda Durham. She is an actress, a writer, a comedian, a producer. All the stuff I do, she does as well, and even more.
Mm-hmm.
She's out there in LA making it happen, and she is the host of a radio documentary for Sirius XM Radio, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, called It's Showtime at the Apollo, named for the famous variety show of the 80s and early 90s. And without further ado, it's my sister, Jowanda Durham. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.
Here with the heartthrobs of Ready to Love. The heartthrobs.
I don't know about all that.
I've got a ton of comments and questions about that entire process. But I will.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna see.
For a bit. I've got some.
How about this? We're gonna get into your show.
Okay,
and then, And then the last 5 minutes or so, you could talk about your questions and comments that you have, and we'll get down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about this podcast. And before we begin, I want to get into it one more time. Remember, guys, you have till midnight tonight, Eastern time, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, to take advantage of the Body Butter Bakery 50% off. If you buy tonight anything from Body Butter Bakery, just go to bodybutterbakery.com. 50% off of these great products. I mean, she's basically taking a haircut, and we appreciate that. Here from the Shawn Show. The code is the Shawn Show. Put in the promo code, the Shawn Show. And now the Shawn Show reintroduces my sister, Jowanda Durham. So, Wanda, tell us how you got involved in this project and what are your thoughts?
It's just a miracle and a blessing from God. So I did a web series called Run to Mitchell MD, which NBC has bought the show, and I was just the actress and the director in the second season of it.
You were also a producer the second season.
And produced the second season.
Mm-hmm.
However, there was a gentleman that I met through a friend, thank you, and he got us on Tubi. So you can watch Run to Mitchell MD right now on Tubi. You just type it in. And that gentleman, his hand is in a lot of pots, and he produces a lot of shows. He owns a lot of stuff. And he just called me one day and said, hey, I'm getting ready to produce a 6-part documentary on Showtime at the Apollo. And I like your voice. You're funny to me. They want me to put a comedian on. But I said, hey, I'm going to put a new talent on. And he said, you think you can do it? And I said, it's going to be on Sirius XM? Absolutely, I'm going to do it. So I had a mic already, and I started talking to the production team, and because I gave some ideas, I got a producer's credit from it as well, because I wrote some of the jokes in my commentary. And yeah, so I think it's already started. It started a week earlier than we thought it was going to start. So.
It started before Black History Month, didn't it?
It started the first week. I think it was supposed to be slated like the second, but the thing about Sirius XM is that they're going to just keep showing it over and over again. It's in a slot on LOL Radio, Kevin Hart's 96 station, where I think it's going to play multiple times on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I think it's 10 a.m. on East Coast time and stuff like that.
Yes, I got it right here. The special programming premieres on Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96 on your dial. That's Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on the new 2 p.m. Eastern. That's the new episodes. And they'll have replays on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, Fridays at noon p.m., and noon is p.m. and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll keep calling that out as we go throughout the night. So you got involved with this. You said it's a 5-part or 6-part
6-part documentary series. And some of the interviews were done already. I got to, you know, comment on them. And then some of the people who interviewed, I got to send questions into. So Don Weiner, who literally it was his idea to recreate Showtime at the Apollo. He used to work on Star Search and stuff like that. He was in New York watching the news, and he saw these people booing someone off the stage, and he called his friend and said, "Have you ever heard of the Apollo Theater?" He's like half Japanese and white. He had never heard of any of this stuff. And,
wait a minute. Weiner? Like W-E-I-N-E-R is half Japanese and half
He's
white?
half Jewish and half
there it is.
Japanese.
Okay.
Yes, half Jewish.
Okay.
So he was working for the producers of Star Search at the time, and that producer said, "Yes, of course I remember the Apollo Theater. I used to go there with Nat King Cole." And so he said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "I want to make a show out of whatever this is." There's a guy who comes on and he tap dances people off the stage. He was talking about Sandman Sam. And that's how the beginning of It's Showtime at the Apollo came about. So there's a lot of cool stories that, you know, are revealed through Don Weiner and Rudy Rush, who was one of the later hosts, but also with Mark Curry. And of course, everybody knows Steve Harvey and all of that. So, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Wanda. You bring up Don Weiner and the Star Search connection. Is that how Sinbad got involved on the show?
It is. So Sinbad I believe was a warm-up guy first for Apollo. So originally there was Rick Aviles. You remember the Hispanic guy? He used to talk like this. He was the first on TV. So Rick Aviles became a pretty famous actor. He was in Ghost. He was getting all these little behind-the-scenes parts or like co-starring roles. And then Don Weiner remembered the guy who was on Star Search. And I believe he lost to Brad Garrett. I believe Sinbad lost to Brad Garrett.
Yes, he did. And I think Brad Garrett talks about that to this day. Yeah.
Yes. And Don Weiner remembers that. And so they called Sinbad in. And while Sinbad was the host of the show, a comedian named Mark Curry was the warm-up guy. And so as it kept going, every time the host would get popular, a different world called in Sinbad. He ended up doing his own show later. Mark Curry came up, and then he became the host. And then there was a comedian by the name of Steve Harvey who was homeless, living out of his car, who was the warm-up guy for Showtime at the Apollo. So as you can see, it kept happening like that and like that. And then Steve Harvey did it the longest. And Rudy Rush, who was actually the only one from Harlem out of all those people. I think Rick Aviles was from Manhattan, but Rudy Rush was actually from, because Mark Curry is from California. He was the warm-up guy, and then he became, you know, and then it went to Monique some years later, and you know, that's how.
And then the ratings went down, and that was,
Well, I mean, I just think a different group of people, you know, our generation, we watched it, then we went off to college, and then we had, you know, so I don't remember where we went to school if they even showed Showtime at the Apollo, because it was still syndicated in certain markets. I don't remember it after that.
Yeah,
but I do remember it.
We went to school at University of Georgia, but they didn't have their own affiliate. Sometimes you could get certain Atlanta. Go Dogs, national champions. Hoo, hoo, hoo. So we had to always interrupt and say Go Dogs when someone mentions national champions. But they didn't have an Atlanta affiliate. And I think Showtime at the Apollo was on a different Atlanta affiliate, and we couldn't see it in Athens. And I think they started to lose affiliates after that, et cetera, and so forth. Who said stop it, Shawn? That's Go Dogs, damn it. Anyway, but yeah, so real quick, so you see right there, like the power of Black History Month and what I was talking about, paying it forward. Your life isn't just your own. You could leave something to other people to build off of. These comedians literally were of the same tree, from that Star Search tree, essentially, right, Wanda?
Well, I mean, only Sinbad came from the Star Search tree. Mark
other
Curry
guys
was just the warm-up guy. Yeah. But a great story about Mark Curry's manager name is Marcus King. And one night, a comedian by the name of Jamie Foxx came on Showtime at the Apollo, but he was not an amateur. So Showtime at the Apollo had a rule that if you were not an amateur and they let you go on and you got booed, they would never air your episode because they didn't want to destroy these young Black comedians' careers. And so Jamie Foxx came on. He got booed off for doing comedy. And Marcus King, who was Mark Curry's manager, pulled him to the side and said, "Yo, man, I'm going to show you the footage later on tonight, and I'm going to tell you why you bombed." I don't know what he told him, but Jamie Foxx became a huge star afterwards, and he did come back and return on Showtime the Apollo. But he sang. He did not come back and do comedy. So, and he and Marcus King to this day still have a partnership, and they're still producing shows like the Jamie Foxx show and all that other stuff. So,
well, I believe, if I'm correct, on the Jamie Foxx show, his last name was King. It was Jamie King on the Jamie Foxx show.
Well, it probably came from Marcus King. Probably came from Marcus King saving his career, because that would have been pretty devastating to get booed off and you were not an amateur on Showtime at the Apollo. They even booed off Bill Cosby, and that's before all the stuff that came out now. They were relentless because he was making fun of Peebo Bryson. Not Peebo Bryson, I'm sorry. What's the guy? David Peaston.
Oh, big. I know I hurt you, but I tried to hurt you back.
So he was a teacher. He was a teacher in the Bronx doing amateur night, and Apollo loved him. And they called Bill Cosby in to do one of their guest host spots. And when he came around the corner to touch the Tree of Life, Bill Cosby said, "Hey, hey, hey," in his Fat Albert voice. And the audience booed Bill Cosby. He said he was so heartbroken because he grew up, you know, at the Apollo, and he couldn't believe they booed him. He had the Cosby Show out at the time, but they were like, "No, we love David Peaston. Don't you do that to him?" And they booed him. So like they are relentless. It's an amazing story. So yeah.
Well, so tell us when it comes to the history of amateur night itself. What was the genesis of that as far as like what you all reported in this documentary on Sirius XM, debuting on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. and the repeats are Wednesdays at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern?
Well, don't let me get to line about names of people, but I believe the gentleman's name was Ralph. I can't remember his full name, but he came up with the idea. So the Apollo Theater was owned by white people. Well, people knew that back in the beginning, early days. But a gentleman by the name of Ralph, I can't think of his last name, in like the 20s or 30s, he was doing like these B-rated black movies. And so he was kind of a little, you know, an entertainer. And he went to the owner and said, "You know what we need to do? We need to do an amateur night." And through that process, people got discovered, like Ella Fitzgerald, you know, later Jimi Hendrix. And this guy was the one who hosted it. And so when the Apollo Theater basically got, you know, closed, it went through a renovation period. And then this black gentleman who was a lawyer and a councilman in New York, he got a group together and they refunded the Apollo. And then they brought back the amateur night. And what basically saved the Apollo Theater from bankruptcy was the TV show. So when the TV show came and they went into syndication, everybody...
That was the source of revenue to keep it going.
Yes, yes. And now the Apollo is just a beautiful theater. Now that if you go to Harlem, you can just, you know, see random shows that they do there. So it's a beautiful place. I've been in there when I lived in New York. So it's just beautifully renovated and all. So, yeah.
Wow. That's if you guys have a question for my sister about the Apollo or anything else, I can see the comments. We'll be watching. Tyrone, are you able to listen right now? You got your headset off.
Yeah. I can hear. I was trying to get my headphones working, but they're not. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it was every Saturday night. That's right, Jose, Video Rican. Every Saturday night, usually 7 p.m. in your market. Sometimes it came on at 2 a.m. though. Like
it came on late for us.
It came on at 7 p.m. on some Saturdays, and then later it will come on real late, or they'll repeat it twice because they just had it like that. The Apollo Theater is just synonymous with black legends, but your documentary touches on comedy aspect of it, right? It doesn't go into the singing much, except that, like you said, Jamie Foxx wasn't booed when he sung. So can you talk about how comedy, how did comedy sort of like branch out from the Apollo to what we see today? Can you sort of make those connections?
I mean, if I listen to the interviews from Cedric the Entertainer, you know, because he ended up doing BET's Comic View, he said that it was kind of a circuit. Like you get the Apollo, he got the Apollo first, then he got Def Comedy Jam, then he eventually got BET Comic View, I think, after D.L. Hughley. So it was sort of like this thing in New York where kind of like people tried you out on the Apollo stage, and if you can make it, then you can get on Def Comedy Jam. And you can, I think there was also Uptown Comedy Club and stuff like that was going on in New York as well. So it became a part of the scene. And when you think about it, it launched so many comedians' careers. Like it literally, if you got the hosting gig for Apollo, you eventually ended up having a TV show. Like every single last one of the hosts, for the most part, got a TV show. Rudy Rush, I think he got like a radio show, but the rest of them, Steve Harvey, Cedric, on his show, but even though he didn't host it, you know, Sinbad, Different World in his own show, Mark Curry hanging with Mr. Cooper. So it launched so many careers, and that's what they all talk about. Like, oh man, we survived the Apollo, you know, because they were relentless. They even booed celebrities. So I just couldn't imagine the environment of thinking you've made it. But we do talk about some careers, like Mariah Carey's career kind of no one really knew who she was when she did Vision of Love,
Vision of Love.
Hall. So like there's a lot of people, most people don't know that Lauryn Hill got booed off during Amateur Night, but then she came back and killed it with the Fugees years later. So, I mean, Lauryn Hill's voice is amazing. So you could just get nervous on the Apollo stage, you know?
I met Lauryn Hill my freshman year in college, and that's when this was before you got up to see Georgia Wanda. They used to have concerts at Legion Pool, and that's when the Fugees were first out with their first album. And I was working for the Red and Black newspaper, and afterwards I had a photo of her, a press photo, because I just straight took it. I'm like, these white people aren't gonna need this. And I had a pen, and I went up to the stage, and I said, "Could you sign this for me?" And she was very sweet and very humble and graceful. And then I said, and Wanda, you know how we watched those shows when we came home from school. I said, I remember you as the chick, as a little girl from As the World Turns who could sing from the orphanage.
That's right. I remember
and she said, yo, you remember that son? Yo. And she signed it. And it's like, all right, much love. And, you know, did her Lauryn Hill thing and gave me the thing back. But that's what I think about when you talk about Lauryn Hill not doing well at first and then coming back with the Fugees and really giving us that classic Lauryn Hill style that we love today.
Yeah, I have a not so great memory because I got to go to the Lakers-Knicks game a couple of days ago, and my friend points out Spike Lee, and she goes, "Oh, there goes Spike Lee." I said, "Yeah, I remember he came and spoke to Georgia, and the Knicks were playing. He cut our Q&A short, and we were like, yo, Spike, the Knicks gonna lose anyway." You know, like we were like mad Georgians, and Spike like, "Listen, guys, you know what time it is. My Knicks playing." And we're like the Q&A. He was speaking to like the Black Student Union. We were just like, I cannot believe it. So yeah, people come to UGA and just collect money.
They take that 5-figure check if you like Spike. I remember reporting, and I think I got up to the mic and asked him a question, and I said, like, you seem to interject yourself into your movies. Is that because of necessity?
I remember that now.
Yeah, that's right. It was the same one. So you were like a freshman, and he said, yo, you don't like my acting? No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I just said as an indie, but, you know, Spike is a little chippy like that. But, you know, stories. What would surprise us listening to this documentary of these stories? You think that could be like a surprising takeaway after these episodes on Showtime at the Apollo?
I mean, I think the opportunity surprised me. I had no idea that Mark Curry's manager is basically the one who helped Jamie Foxx get his start. Like, that was surprising to me. I didn't know that Steve Harvey was homeless when he was doing that show in the beginning. That's why it meant so much to him, living in his car. So those are things I just did not know. And just that everyone was almost a warm-up guy before they became the host. And, you know, I just think as a kid watching the show, we just thought it was a night of magic when we saw everybody that we watched on BET, you know, go and perform, and who we also watched on Def Comedy Jam. You know, like, it was like the best of both worlds that you could watch even with your parents because, you know, it never got too R-rated because it was on, you know, regular TV. So, yeah, it was just a part of my childhood, and I think you just didn't think about the beginnings and the origins when you're 13 and 14 years old. But you will when you sit back now. You'll go through memory lane and go, wow, that was what was happening. Wow.
Once again, it's on Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius Channel 96. Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio. The new episodes debut on Tuesdays at 2 p.m., but they repeat episodes every 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. time slots Eastern time. Okay, so it's called it's Showtime at the Apollo. My sister's the host of it. We got a few more minutes with her. Ty, do you want to get in here? You got some questions for Wanda?
Ty, you have any questions for me?
You got some questions that I give a damn about? You got some questions?
Ty, don't worry if Shawn cares cares about the questions. Ask me what you'd like to know.
So you did answer the dating question.
Oh, yes. All right. Forget all that crap about your lady. Are you
God dang it, Ty.
That's really all I needed to know.
Carry on. What's your question, sucker? What you got?
How protective is Shawn when it comes to you dating?
I think Shawn is probably the least protective of my brothers. I have 3 brothers. And Shawn is in the middle. And we're so close in age. I think that, we grew up as almost twins in a sense. We were always in the same schools together. So
we were joined at the hip.
He was 2 grades ahead of me, but really he's like a year and some months older than me. So I would say my oldest brother, who is way older than both of us, more protective. But I do think Shawn has his opinions. I don't think he would just let some guy say anything to me, or if he knew the guy wasn't a great guy, he would give his input. But other than that,
I think I'm reasonable. I'm probably the most, like you said, I'm the most reasonable of everybody. But I'm not just gonna let any old scallywag get up near my sister.
Oh, scallywag!
What do you think?
Scallywag.
What do you think the disconnect is when it comes to dating? Do you know what your keeper factor is?
I think the disconnect, and I'm going to speak first on online dating, as I just texted the gentleman back who never replied, because I guess I really hit the core. But I was like, I don't think anyone's telling the truth about why they're on here. If you're here because you want to sleep around, I think there's just a place for that. Be on Tinder, put on your profile, not looking for anything serious. But I think there's a lot of people who are pretending that they want something serious, but they don't. And so therefore you end up going out on a couple of dates and you've wasted your time.
That goes both ways too. There's some women who act like they're serious.
Shawn, check your requests. Check your requests.
Okay. What am I checking?
Oh my gosh.
I see. All right. Yeah.
Let's go. Are you guys using this show to get dates? Is that what's happening here?
No.
No. The request is for the next guest, dummy.
No.
She's my sister, guys.
It's about to get.
We got 5 more minutes.
It's about to get good.
We're gonna let them in because I think Wanda does have a meeting to get to. But
she's got
real quick, so Wanda, I'm gonna circle back to the show, the Showtime at the Apollo that you're hosting. Any other projects that you want us to be aware of that you can talk about right now before I ask you some random stuff?
No, I really can't talk about certain things right now. I am writing a couple of projects, one with a comedian friend of mine who writes for other comedians, and another friend of mine. We're working on another project. So I've been writing. So I have a couple of pilots that I'm pushing my agent to get into someone's hands. So that's where we are at this moment. But when it happens, I'll talk about it.
I know one of your projects, and I can't talk about it, but you want to get that shot. Is that how's that progressing? And do you still need me to possibly talk about that to someone?
Which one was that? I've written quite a
your period piece.
Oh, that one, I did have an exec at Sony look at it. She gave me an approval on it. However, Sony was already developing. They bought rights to another project that seemed similar, but not very similar. It's tough when you're black. Sony, all these production companies will do 20 stories about a white woman looking for love in Manhattan. But if they have a story with 2 different black women looking for love in Manhattan, they go, wait a minute, we already bought a project that's got a black woman looking for love in Manhattan. You're like, well, there's 16 movies with white girls looking for love. You have to be the only one when you're black, So hopefully that is changing where we can have multiple stories with multiple people out there writing them at the same time. So, yeah.
And with streaming the way it is, that's where a lot of black money and empowerment is happening. And
what's this one laughing about? What's going on?
Yeah, what's funny, Tyrone? What you got going on?
Nothing. I was about to say something, and then you jumped in.
Okay, go for it, Tyrone.
No, I was letting you have it.
Pew pew, shoot him. Pew pew pew. Shooting shots. So Wanda,
I'm just talking. We're just talking, man.
Wonder what you think about our season that Ty and I were on. And we're running a little bit over, so my Shade in the City girls, hang on just a second. Got 5 more minutes,
Oh,
and then we'll bring you on, okay?
Relax, girls. You'll have these guys to yourselves.
I think
shortly,
the people want to know, what are some of your biggest inspirations? Like, what moves you?
Okay, go for it. That's cool.
Oh, okay. What are my inspirations? Wow. Artistically, I do think, and I haven't been able to do it that much during COVID, but whenever I travel, I feel like I always get inspired. Like when I was in Italy, things come to me, or when I was in Cuba, there's just going to different places and meeting different people kind of just makes you think outside of the box. Always music, but you know, other artists inspire me. I am a TV freak. I do watch I stream a lot of shows. I love comedies. I love, action movies. So I watch things that give me inspiration. But, just meeting genuine people.
Wanted to tell him about how our house is. Like we watched a lot. And while our parents were not, quote unquote, scholastically educated, like college educated or whatever, we were exposed to a lot of things because of the TV, and just because our parents were like, as long as you don't do anything stupid, you can stay up and watch stuff. I remember watching David Letterman at 12:30 in the morning. This board right here is a small version of the board that my sister and I would make when we would do for my dad at the barbershop to give the business hours. So that's sort of an homage to the family right there. But we talked a lot. We didn't have a curfew. I think a lot of people would be shocked about that. Only person at a curfew was my little brother, and that's because my oldest sister put him on a curfew. The rest of us didn't have one because my parents worked late, and if we were in the bed by 8 o'clock, we wouldn't spend any time with them. So they would come home. My mom would cook, or she'd get groceries, and we would stay up until after the news. And I remember one time this guy, we were sneaking on the phone, and maybe I was like 13, and he was like, "Is that Jamel running through the house screaming?" Because my brother used to do Prince's voice in the background.
I got a question. Another one, but I'm just trying to be funny right now.
Go for it.
If you can create a spoken word show about your life, what would the title of the show be?
Well, I mean, I do have the name of my production company, which is Negra, which is just black girl in Spanish, and I'm just a black girl. Yeah, a black girl with a lot of different views and a lot of different perspectives. So if it's just, and I say that because people have a stereotype of what they think the black girl's gonna do and how she acts and all this stuff, but we're very diverse, and I am a diverse black girl. So that would be the name of it.
Yeah, we didn't just watch black stuff. Like,
no.
My mom would watch Dynasty on Wednesday at 9 and Knots Landing at 10. And my dad would always call William Devane Monkey Mouth. And then make jokes about Victor Newman. She won't listen to me, but if Victor Newman said that shit, she'll be listening. My mother only listens to Victor Newman. So, like, after my father passed away, there's only 2 people my mom listened to, and I put that. I don't know if it made it into the show, and that's Steve Harvey and Victor Newman. So when Steve Harvey had a show, my mom would be like, "Steve said," and we like, "Steve said." He didn't live here. She was watching every show that he had, from Family Feud, his talk show, and everything. So he plays well in the 70 to 85 crowd for black women. He's a little bit earlier in age than that too. That's true. Though. But yes, I would say 60 and up are probably really locked in as a demographic. So yeah. And what would be funny is my dad would have, like, he wasn't studying. I ain't studying them shows, but he'll be right there. He's certainly like Knots Landing. He knew everything. Yeah, we watched a lot of soap operas in our house. People don't realize that. So that's I think that's why we're the storytellers we are now, because my parents didn't want us, after the Atlanta child murders. I know if you guys remember that. My mom went into paranoia, and we couldn't go outside and play when she wasn't home. But my mom and dad worked all the time, so we could never go outside and play. And the kids in the neighborhood picked on us, but they bought us all this cable. They didn't know what was on cable, so we're watching HBO and Cinemax porn, basically. We didn't know, and our parents didn't know. So we were, sorry, knocking my thing up. So we didn't know that we were literally. We were just exposed to things we probably should have never been exposed to, but he kept us indoors. So, that's what happened. So, yeah. Well, so we're about to wrap up. Just want your quick takes on our season and how we were on the show, and if you thought there was really love for us out there on the show?
I listen. If people found love on you guys' season, God bless them, because it seemed like an environment to me that wasn't really fostering anyone to truly find love. And I'm going to tell you why. I didn't think it was fair that having one date with someone, the next episode you meet their friends. I don't know. Even on The Stupid Bachelor, I hate to say that, but you only let your family meet people like after you've gone through like weeks and you're at your top 2 or 3. I don't think that's a good recipe for anyone. You're just trying to figure out if you like someone, have them meet your family. That's weird. The other thing is too, Ty, with your situation, heart goes out because I feel like you really were locked in on this woman very early on. And, a lot of times women throw shade at a guy for not paying attention to them, and you did the opposite and you really paid attention to someone and you knew what you wanted. I just wish you kind of could have had a redo after knowing that, and maybe getting more dates with different people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, she wasn't for you, because really if you were that locked into her and it was, reciprocal, she would have been locked into you, And so, hey, you live and you learn. I don't think you should bring people on in mid of the season and then they get kicked off immediately. They should have some sort of immunity for a couple of episodes because they have to have time to catch up. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Yep. I'm just saying, if you want people to find love, if that's what it's about. And I know that a lot of shows are not about what they say they are about, but that didn't feel like really helping someone find love. But, hats off. It's a great show. I love PJ Morton's voice. I just want to hear, I watch it just to hear the opening. I love him.
Yeah. So, well, Wanda, I'll tell you about PJ Morton's show, and I'm going to find it later, but he has finally finished that theme song. It's a full song now.
Taking some time.
Yeah, it's a full song. He actually got some lyrics and everything to it. So we'll play that in the unlicensed portion of the show, which will be just IG Live. So when we're done recording, I'll play that for everybody. But I'm gonna let you go. Any last thoughts you have before we let you go? Hostess of It's a Showtime.
We need more time. We need more time with you.
We need more time. We're gonna bring it back.
Do it, Ty.
We ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, Ty, you need all the time you need, because that's a tough nut to crack right there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But she'll give you a shot. She'll give you a shot. I've seen some busters come through my day. You're a good guy.
I want to applaud you guys for being vulnerable on that show, and I don't think it's said enough that I think everyone can find love. They're closer to it if they can be honest about who they are and what they want. And I give you both, applause for doing that. But that was a tough environment. And I'm going to say this to sisters, because I am a Black woman who wants to have kids, and I'm of a certain age. If you know you don't want to have kids and you meet a man, he's teeter-tottering, don't go out on another date with him. Know that the two of you want two separate things, and don't get mad if he keeps mentioning that he wants to have kids. Just say, hey, I did that thing. I'm done. I'm out of there. I felt like in you guys' season, people were trying to fit a square instead of a round hole. And
or trying to stay on, yes.
If you know that that's what he wants and that's not what you want for yourself, move on, because there's plenty of men who don't want to have kids who already have them or just never wanted them. And that would have been peaceful in and of itself for that season. Like, I just think that was a reoccurring theme that was like a little annoying to me. Because I'm not trying to convince a guy to have a baby with me. You know what I'm saying? So.
We'll talk offline more about that, Wanda, but I love you. Oh, by the way, here's something that's really interesting. When I first got on the show, Tasia has your birth date. Not the actual, the birth date.
So we
all have the birthday.
Hitler's birthday is April the 20th as
April
well.
April the 20th, yeah.
Yes.
That means y'all are hell.
Pot smoking day. All right, Tasia. I like Tasia. She reminded me of New York. I lived in New York for 12 years. So I heard her voice. I was like, yeah, New York.
She ain't gonna like that. She's Chicago though. She's Chicago.
Oh, she's Chicago?
She Chicago. Yeah.
She had a little bit of a Bronx accent to me a little bit. So
that might have been
sorry, Tasia.
Aisha's the Bronx.
I'm sorry, Aisha. Aisha was New York. Okay. Sorry, Tasia. I know what Tasia is now. Got it. Yeah, she was Chicago accent. She had a Southern accent to me. Chicago accents are Southern.
Yeah, she did. Tasia showed up when we all bold, looking like Janet Jackson. I know the documentary just happened. She looked just like Janet Jackson.
Tasia has a great physique. I love all my sisters in different sizes, and she's just beautiful. So tell Tasia. I actually like Tasia. She was very real. Tell her I said hello.
We're gonna bring her on too when we talk about entrepreneurs as well as Kym and some other people. We have an entrepreneur episode coming up. But all right, I gotta let you go. We have some ladies waiting to pub their stuff. Let's talk about you real quick.
Nice meeting you, sis.
Listen up, folks. You can follow
nice meeting you, Ty.
All right, I'm gonna do what we call the rap here, guys. Let me do that. You can follow my sister Jowanda Yvette Durham at Jowanda Durham on IG. She is the hostess of It's Showtime at the Apollo, the series right now running on Channel 96 on Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM. Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely baby sister Jowanda Yvette Durham. Love you, baby. Talk to you soon.
Love you, Shawn. Thank you guys for having me on. Bye.
All right.
I catch that.
He caught that. You're a clown. You're a clown, Dick. You know that? You're a clown.
I caught it.
You caught it. She wasn't throwing that to you. Oh, all right. So Ty, that's my baby sister, and
bro, you mentioned it like 17 times.
No, but no, it's not that's a bad thing. Like she's great. We're proud of her. She's out there in LA. I saw her last year when me and my homeboy went to see the Braves play the Dodgers. The Dodgers swept the Braves that series, but we ended up whooping that ass in the NLCS. So that's awesome. But we were out there, and she showed us a good time for one of the nights that we were out there. And I'm so proud of what she's done as a black woman, as a woman, period, but as a black woman to go and venture out. She was first in Georgia, and then she went to New York on her own volition, and then flew out after several years of starting her base in New York. And she just went to LA. Here's the other thing too. She's a physical trainer. So she's a badass. She's trained in a couple of things. She's got clients. She's a Jowandapreneur. If I'm a Shawntrepreneur, she's a Jowandapreneur, and she's doing great. And Durham's going to take over both coasts of the Mississippi.
Good stuff.
All right. So this is where we would have, if this were a full podcast, some music just to buy the time and we all take a drink break. Ty, you got your drink?
Yes.
What are you drinking?
My sister was saying that she joined and sent requests. So I was telling you to check your requests.
Oh, is that your sister?
Because she didn't have that much time. Share XOX.
God dang it. Let's talk to your sister real quick. In Shade in the City, we're bringing you up at, if she's still here, Shade in the City, you're coming up at 10:20. And at 10:20, we're going to talk about the show with Shade in the City. But your sister's about to fly in. We couldn't have all the sisters on at the same time. Hey, look at that girl.
I was trying to get on at the same time. I felt like my brother needed some balance.
Your brother don't need no damn balance.
My brother need you had your sister. I was trying to be on.
Yo, Aleisha, it's called the Shawn Show. What part of the Shawn Show you don't understand? Why he need balance?
I heard we was inviting sisters.
No, we ain't inviting sisters. That sucker get that corner. He get that corner of the IG. He don't get the whole thing. This is Ty's sister.
Well,
Aleisha's on.
Hey, I'm on limited time. Y'all done ran into my break now.
People say your brother's a flirt.
Yeah.
And see, out of respect for him, I was talking so respectful. I was like in a Thornton Wilder.
Aleisha knows.
I didn't do nothing to Aleisha last week when I saw her. Although those leather pants was doing everything to everybody else. I'm sorry, I said too much.
So Aleisha got. We talk about one rule, right, Aleisha, and that is to tell the truth. As long as it don't involve nobody else, as long as it just involves me, the truth is fine. I'm cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Aleisha, how you doing? What's the balance you want to bring to the program? You got about 3 minutes before we bring in Shade in the City, our bloggers, who's going to wrap up the show with us.
Oh, I can only give you 15 minutes now because I'm out here saving lives. I don't have anything to sell.
Well, I'm going to give you 4 minutes so you can take the other 11 and rest before you save the lives because we got another guest coming up. I'm trying to be disciplined. I let my sister go further because the first show.
Because it's your sister.
And she was a great guest. No, if she was a terrible guest, I'm throwing tomatoes at her ass. I'm throwing tomatoes at her. But no, she was a great guest.
Real quick fun fact. We had a cousin perform on the Apollo.
Okay.
And at Showtime at the Apollo, she didn't win, but she didn't get booed. And that's the real victory.
That's like that G.I. Joe. Knowing is half the battle. she survived. That's all. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And it was when Chris Brown first came out with Run It. That's how long ago that was.
Oh boy, so that's like generation 2.0 of Showtime at the Apollo, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't remember who the comedian was that was hosting, but yeah, it was that summer when that song dropped, Run It.
Did she rub the stump for good luck?
She did. She did everything, and then she sang Mary J, I'm Going Down, but she didn't go down. She didn't get booed.
I had a whole nother retort to that. But so did you I guess you heard all that from my sister. What do you think about that interview we just had?
It was nice. It was good. Educational. A lot of stuff I didn't know either. Mm-hmm.
That means we actually did journalism. If you learn something,
yeah,
instead of just people saying, "Well, I think," you learned something. That's good for you. Yeah. And we're gonna try to do that. I don't know if we're gonna do it weekly. I think I got another one weekly. My sponsor's paid up. Oh yes, my sponsor, by the way.
Sean.
Body Butter Bakery.
You only gave me 4 minutes.
Midnight. You got till midnight.
No, I don't. You only gave me 4. You only gave me 4. You only gave me 4 minutes. I have until 10:30.
Okay. I'm not taking up all your minutes because you got to get to that snack machine before you go save lives. Get your Cheez-Its before you go and like help somebody. All right, so you've been watching the show, and Ty's your brother. What can you tell us about Ty?
Oh Lord. Well, let's just say this. Well, when he told us about the show, I thought he was joking.
And you're not even talking about my chicken shit show. You're talking about Ready to Love. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right? I'm sorry, did I miss something?
You thought he was joking when he said, "I'm going to be on Ready to Love"? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, you know, we met each other last week, but I told you I was a fan of the show, so I knew about the show. He didn't know about the show, and I was like, "Nah, bro, this ain't for you." And I was like, "You're joking. This is not for you." And I personally didn't think he was ready.
Why not?
His lifestyle, his past. I mean, he's had relationships. He's been in relationships. He's been in long relationships. But I just didn't think he was ready. He was just out in them streets.
So you mean a military man was out in the streets? I never heard of that before.
He was just out. He was out in them streets. But you know, it's the thing about it is like, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. That's fine. I've always just said to him, just don't be out here hurting these women. You know, be upfront with them. If this is what you're trying to do, that's what it is. But he explained to us, meaning like myself and my family, that, you know, he really wanted to see if he could find love. Ty,
they calling you Freaky Ty. Is that fair? Like that's what people have been calling you because, you know, the Lost Boys and shit. But are you Freaky Ty, or is that another persona? Are you Ty, Freaky Ty, Tyrone? Which one do I have on my show tonight?
Aleisha, what do you think?
Freaky Ty sounds like it's the Freaky Ty is what the people are calling him. He had some personas in the past, which I think he's also talked about in some of his interviews. But I think he's grown. But after the show, I think he just basically, I personally think he should just come to the conclusion of just being by himself and date.
Well, okay, you say that about him, but we've played this. We've crossed sorority, played around here. So, what is your dating situation, Aleisha?
I'm single, looking for a husband.
You're looking for a husband. You're looking for a man. You're looking for a husband.
Yes.
You're looking for.
Well, let me.
Are you looking for someone?
Let me not say that because Tiffany just got kicked off for saying that.
Oh, we're talking about Tiffany in T-minus 90 seconds with ShadeNTheCity. Our girls who are coming up. We're gonna talk about all this stuff with our bloggers. But yeah, she got kicked off smooth off, and the little moment that I met Tiffany, I didn't know if she was engaging or not because there was so much going on. But it was at the party, the review party. But she seems lovely to me, and she's really nice to look at. And what's the damn problem if that's what she wants? Like, everyone's on ready to love, but ain't ready to like commit. What the
right?
What is
right.
that?
I don't.
But yeah. But anyway, you were saying so you were looking for a husband. Are you looking for a man to get in a wagon and like go into town to go to the general store to get shit? Or are you looking for, what type of husband are we talking about?
I tend to use this analogy. So let's just say we're on this wagon, right? So right now I'm on this wagon and I'm riding it myself, and I have a general path that I'm on, and I'm looking for somebody to come take these reins and steer it, and let me sit back on the passenger side. I might, have to take a right or a left. And, we come to these crossroads together. That's what I'm looking for. I need somebody to come make these decisions. I'm tired of making decisions. I'm tired of doing all this stuff. I need somebody to come.
All right. Shade in the City, we're going to get to you, but I must ask a question. Aleisha, you're a working woman, you're a professional woman, but you're also a mother, right?
Yes.
So,
a grandma.
You're a grandma?
Mm-hmm.
See, you didn't say that last week. We'll talk.
I did.
She didn't say that shit last week. Ty like, hey, that's my sister.
I didn't say a word, man. I didn't say a word.
But real quick, and I appreciate Ty's patience because these lives have been different. Usually he chimes in a lot more, and I'm going to make sure that Ty chimes in, but I have to ask this question because Ty is biased. So, are you looking... is it tough for you as a woman of your means and stature to say that that's what I want? Because so many women think that they have to wear a cape and have an S on their chest. It's almost annoying to the fact that like you're really fronting and projecting this thing, but you want that thing. Not that every woman wants that. How does that feel for you to say, I want a man to help alleviate my burden?
I don't have any problem saying it. I don't have any problem saying, and I've said it. I mean, maybe not that harsh, but I mean, if I'm in anybody that I'm dating, I'm letting them know, like, I want to date with intention. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for friendship, foundation, and eventually a husband. So I don't have any problem saying it, and I let them know. I definitely come off as I'm alpha, but I can be submissive in my relationships. That's how, I grew up. I'm the only girl. So, but you can't tell at first because I'm just used to being by myself and handling business. And then just the nature of my job, I gotta handle business. So.
And we appreciate you handling business. You want to tell people what you do for your job real quick?
I'm a 911 dispatcher. October will make 21 years for me.
Oh, God. God bless. So half your life.
We got to get you on the show. We got to get you on the mental health journey.
We know you got some stories as a 911 dispatcher. And Ty will be on the show, of course, doing that too. Ty, you got some things you want to say to your sister real quick? Let's table it at a minute and a half. I'm going to do whose line is anyway. A minute and a half, then we're going to bring
Tyrone is the biggest blocker, by the way.
Is he? He's
Tyrone
the opposite
is the biggest
Shawn.
blocker.
Ty, you're a big blocker, ain't you?
Tyrone is the biggest.
I
knew it.
I've outgrown that. I've outgrown that, and it's because I care and I love my sister, and I'm not going to apologize for being protective of someone I care about.
You can be protective. When I moved down here in 2009, because I wanted my son to be around a positive black male, so I wanted him to be closer to my brother. I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have a job yet. And everything was yes, you can live with me. No, no, you don't have to pay any rent. Just get your money up, find a job. Like, everything was sure. But you cannot date any one of my friends, anyone that I know. Like, that was literally the only rule. And I remember being like, oh, them people in DC.
What kind of high school shit is that?
That was literally the only rule. I could have gave him doodle on a stick. He would have ate it. But I couldn't date them friends.
Well, Aleisha, thank you for your time.
Well,
all I can say is like, well, I don't. Are we friends, Ty?
I've outgrown that. I've outgrown that.
He says that shit now.
My sister's
He is a military man, by the way.
My sister's a wonderful woman. She's a grandmother now. I'm out of it. You know what I mean? She is a lovely person. My sister knows I love her to death.
She does live out in Egypt, though. That is problematic. She lives in Egypt.
She's one of my biggest supporters. She actually kept me fly and fresh during the show as the head of Team Swag, in charge of all my outfits.
Ty, can we explain that real quick? Because Aleisha told me that within the first 5 minutes that you.
Yeah, I wanted to find a way to get my sister and my niece involved, you know, with my journey. So, you know, I shared a photo album, and they picked out all my outfits mainly because my sister was like,
"You ain't got no swag,"
well,
and he's colorblind.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Right, and he's colorblind.
Sister's taking care of older brother, and he's freaking colorblind, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. So they're wearing the same thing for 20 years. So I didn't really have no wardrobe.
Ty, that's damn near the type of sweater that you wore when you first came on the show.
Bruh, I got two colors, black and black.
And he thinks it's black.
This joker eats oatmeal every goddamn day. All right, so.
But she was there, you know. Y'all saw me mentally going through things. Aleisha cleaned all that up, supported me, practiced interview questions with me, readjusted some of my tone and my language in the interviews. You know, it just pretty much was like, Ty, I've seen the show. Do not get caught out there on that couch looking silly. And that was like one of the main things that was going through my head.
And what does he do? Start singing in Korean. What?
Yeah. There's no better way to acquit yourself better than talk about Korean shit and then have the woman who's Korean say, I don't know what the fuck you just said. But that's awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, she was a big support system. Yeah.
We got to let Aleisha go. We got to get on with the rest of our show. Shade in the City.
Love you, Aleisha.
Still waiting for it. Thank you, ladies, for sticking around. Thank you, audience, for sticking around. Aleisha, we're gonna let you go, and I'm gonna talk to you soon. I never got your number, so I don't know. I'm gonna like send a smoke signal in the air because I don't think Ty's gonna give that shit. But keep saving lives and keep doing that work.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, baby.
All right, bye.
She damn near got equal time, Ty. Like, you know, it's the Shawn Show, but your sister on the Shawn Show, which is not Shawn's sister, got a lot of time there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Mm-hmm. And I got a feeling my sister's gonna have her DMs blown up by 400 messages from the same sucker. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to talk? Now we're gonna. This is all right, ladies. You kids who talk about spilling tea and sipping tea and all that shit. You all want to do that? You want to do that? I'm a coffee drinker, so I don't know about this tea spilling mess. But Ty, you got your drink refilled?
No.
Go for it. So while Ty does that, I'm going to talk to you real quick about Body Butter Bakery. That's our sponsor. Right now, I have in my hand strawberries and cream cake. By the way, she didn't get to text me on what I was talking about in the IG promos, but I told her during the winter months I use Vaseline cocoa butter and just grease myself up. And she's like, you could do so much better for that chocolate skin of yours. And I'm like, hey, what time are you going out tonight? And she's in Jacksonville, so we can't do that. But with that said, the point is, fellas, you can use this stuff. And it's good for the skin. It'll nourish your skin. And I used to have hard, calloused heels. And now I'm loosened up. You get that oil, the natural oils and emollients. And if you order, I think by Friday, she should be able to get your package delivered to you by Valentine's Day. That's for the men and the women. Here's the thing, though. 50% off until midnight Eastern time. That means 1 hour, 27 minutes. Body Butter Bakery. Follow them online at bodybutterbakery.com to order your material, or go to Instagram at Body Butter Bakery. And if you put in the Shawn Show. The Shawn Show, SHAWN, the SHAWN show as your promo code, 50% off. And we're so glad that she promoted this Shawn Show. With that said, Tyrone, you ready to talk and get really uncomfortable? Because these women are about to tell us about ourselves and talk about the new cast of Ready to Love.
You not comfortable about me? Sure, let's get it.
All right, they've been waiting for a while. They've been also watching the show. They should be flying in here any moment if IG is not a liar. There they are.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, ladies.
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, thank you for having us on, Shawn. But I'm gonna get on you. I'm gonna get on you later though, because you couldn't find a better picture for your thumbnail, bro. For me.
Hey, I'm not. Oh, you mean for y'all?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Y'all ain't got no pictures of y'all. Y'all need to get some pictures of y'all. You just got screenshots.
Okay, you need more pictures.
You got big ass screenshots, and they got. We would love to bring you on even further. Let's see how this goes, but y'all need some screenshots.
Okay, I got you.
Shit, I found one with Tyrone with a mic for some reason. That was before the damn show on his damn.
Years ago. Yeah.
Years ago, right?
Years ago. Yeah.
But he still had it. he still had a nice shot. Y'all asses, we bloggers. Who the hell are we talking to? We don't know.
We're talking to the camera.
Well, welcome, ladies. This is ShadeNTheCity, and follow them, please, at Shade, SHADE, the letter N, THE, City, CITY. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, ShadeNTheCity, and you all are actually sisters. The theme of the night is sisters. You all are actually sisters. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so who's the oldest, and give us your names, please.
I'm the oldest. My name is Chanel.
Hey, Chanel.
Hi. And I'm obviously youngest, and I'm Latrice.
I have a sister named Latrice, and she's my older sister.
Okay.
Real quick, Chanel.
Yes.
How old are you?
Oh.
Yeah, we're not supposed to ask that.
All right.
Do you want to give me a Price is Right range?
How about
and 48?
What do you think I am? How old do you think I am?
I can't tell because the comments are covering up your face. I can't see. I can't tell.
Am I able to?
Hey, Tyrone. Why don't you ask Tyrone? Hey, Tyrone.
I'd say like 27, 28 max.
See, that joker way
really?
on the
Okay, Tyrone.
Tyrone been doing nothing but fucking William Tell.
I am 36.
36?
What?
Oh, lovely.
I would have never guessed that.
Oh, somebody got 35.
Someone got 35. That's pretty good.
That's pretty close, yeah.
And Latrice?
35. About to be 36 next month.
Well, shit. Y'all are like me and my sister. So
She said I'm about to be grown too.
Always trying to play catch up.
The moment you catch up, it's a sad day. You know that, right? So you don't want to catch up like that.
What made you all decide to start the blogging and the show and stuff?
So when we would hang out, right? We would, hang out together, have our drinks, and really just talk about shows. And really
I was asking Latrice.
Oh!
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
God damn it, Ty.
I'm just joking. I noticed you just took over.
It's our first show, Ty.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Go ahead, Trees, you answer.
No, so it's funny because we actually talked about this last night. But I actually went to school for broadcasting. And
Where
so
to school?
I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale when it was still open. But no, so once I did that and I wasn't, getting a job in my industry, I actually moved into hospitality and just did different things. And like she said, it was something that we sat on the couch and did anyway. And, it was just like, why don't I try to use my gifts and make this my passion project? This is something that we enjoy talking to each other. We enjoy talking about the shows, reviewing the people. And we like to start a conversation more than anything. And that's why we love reality TV, because with scripted drama, it's scripted. You know what I mean? Whereas when you go on reality TV, people are supposed to be themselves and be people. So it's a little bit easy. Ty, why am I getting that face though?
I want. Did you like her answer, Tyrone? Did you like the answer?
Ty,
I'm
permission
sorry,
to speak,
Chanel.
Ty. Permission to speak.
I'm sorry. I never got a script.
Oh, you never got a script?
I never got a script.
Well,
So,
no, we're saying we do scripted dramas as well, but we know you were on reality TV.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna get into our season in just a moment.
You said y'all are in Florida right now?
No, we used to live in Florida. We used to live in Miami.
We live in the DMV.
Yeah, we live right around Florida.
No,
in the DMV, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna have. All right, so now Ty is doing other shit. Real quick before Ty starts doing other shit. Let me keep us on track.
Hold on. Can I just say this though?
Go for it, baby.
If y'all can point out some of them places that y'all went on the show, maybe we'll owe y'all a drink. Maybe we'll buy y'all a drink.
Ooh, we got another sponsor. It's a different sponsor though. Hey, Ty, we got another sponsor.
Shit, what did I do? I just went to a regular old coffee shop in Georgetown.
God damn it, Ty. They want the names and the address. They want to ping. They want to ping it. They want to ping it.
You know what, Tyrone?
I don't even know.
Let Shawn answer.
Okay.
Let Shawn answer.
Yeah.
So my consequential dates were.
You know what, Chanel?
Hey, you see that? He pulled out that finger like, you know what?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you're not.
He pulled out that Zadia finger. He pulled out that.
You are low key
right
shady.
I caught it. I caught it.
He pulled out a Zadia finger.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. You're low key shady.
You disrespect. You in the disrespect.
Wow. She gonna pull up on you, Shawn.
She is. She's like
Debo. She's gonna be at the next Shawn Show.
She's like Debo. If she's at the next Shawn Show, that means I'm held hostage because I got gates. I got gates. That means if her ass got through, she got wire cutters. And lockpicks. Lady,
y'all anywhere near the Pentagon? Just asking.
You said anywhere near the Pentagon? I'm by the harbor. National Harbor.
Yeah, we're pretty much, but we're both kind of by.
Yeah, basically right by Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, that's not far at all.
Okay. Let's stay focused. Ty, there'll be plenty of time.
I'm just
and you can follow the ladies, by the way, at Shade SHADE, the letter NTHE City.
That's what
Shade
I'm talking
in the
about,
city.
Shawn.
Yes.
So we
love the plug.
Like, so these ladies, they gave me, I wouldn't say favorable commentary, but I thought they gave fair commentary, and they're virgin.
Favorable. We liked you.
No, I know y'all did. I mean, that's why. Shit, that's why y'all here. So.
Thank you, Jazzy. She just put our thing in the comments. That's our other little sister.
Oh, really?
So,
is it a family of 3 sisters?
More than that.
Yes.
What dynamic do we have going on here? What's the family?
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Oh, Jesus. Are there Irish twins or what we call ghetto twins? Irish/ghetto twins. Black folks call them ghetto twins and Irish twins. What do we? I mean, y'all do run really close together in age. Are y'all the same mother and father? Is that too much to ask? This is reality for you all now. So
no, same father.
Same father.
Mm-hmm.
Different mothers.
Yes.
Oh well, that's how those things occur. How many of them? That's how they happen. How many siblings are there, ladies?
What was that?
That we know of?
How many of y'all are there? I'm sorry. Did you hear?
That we know of.
Girls?
That you know of.
Girls?
All of you. Let's
say 13 collectively.
Okay.
That we know of.
Here's how sentences work. You could go, there's 8 boys, 5 girls. There's commas that could be used. So if you could use, what you got there in your family? In your brother, half-brother, in your Prince sphere, because Prince has a half-sister and half-brothers and all that shit. All that. What you got?
So I say total like 13, and I think there's like 9 girls.
Mm.
And the rest are boys. But unfortunately we don't get to know all of our, you understand what I'm saying, when you're dealing with different households and mothers and things like that.
Okay. Well, in that vein, then, and this is the last question I have about this because it's not about
she said that's what that you know exactly.
That you know. I appreciate that you know. Yeah, I'm on guide him. So, of the parents, how many assorted parents are there? Like, are there like 2 fathers, 3 mothers of the assortment of the 13 or so?
That's a great question.
Do you need some like Axel Foley
We would
music?
need pen and paper, boo.
We would,
Boom.
yeah.
I could do Axel Foley music. Boom, boom, boom.
What you saying? You can play some music while we figure it out.
Boom, 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 boom.
Look, we're gonna have to pass on that one because I can't tell you.
All right, that's all the tea from y'all family. but
it's a lot of tea. It's very sweet.
All right. Well, I'm not the tea spillers. That's why y'all are here. I'm a coffee drinker. Ty spills tea because his following is like booming because he's every freaking where. Ty is on. If you got a live, Ty is showing.
Everything. You are on everything. Every time I pull up YouTube, Ty's doing another interview.
Your ass is ubiquitous, yo.
Hey. Don't hate me.
You hit the circuit, bro.
I can't explain it. I mean, I work all day. It's boring work for the most part. Days go by fast.
But Ty, it's your work, though.
It's your work, though, Ty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your work.
Someone asks me to do something, it's a welcome break from the work I do. So I just gotta do it until the people get sick of me. You know?
I'm not sick of him because this is my like second or third time like joining in on live with him. Ty might be sick of me though, but you know he makes some little sly ass comments. He said I'm good.
You're good. I was actually trying to help you last night.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't he say something about
from the beginning?
Did you just pour another coffee drinker?
Yes, I did. And you want me to promote? You want me to promote this damn drink? This drink is brought to you by Mezcal. It's delicious. It's smoky, and I'm drinking it right now.
I'm telling you, the more Shawn drinks, the more on edge of the seat I am when he drinks. Because
it's not like I'm damn Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Ladies, so let's talk about your love of reality TV. And if you could, let's get into the psychology of it. Why do women love this brand of reality TV so much, in your opinion?
Meaning like, well, I don't know.
Like the ready to love, the romantic form of reality TV. Like you know that some things are, what's in my cup? It is Mezcal something. And I'll answer more later. But ladies, there's a brand of reality TV. It's like the long dramatic pauses, who gets the rose, the I choose you, I don't choose you,
like,
I don't know.
Like relationship shows.
Yeah, and you've all interviewed some people, so you know that the production side of it takes away a lot of the romance involved. So why is it still alluring for you all to watch it and want to?
Well, we don't see that. We don't see that it takes away the romance because we see the roses and the flower petals everywhere and the nice beaches and the vacations, and that's what we see. And we see the dynamic and what that situation does in the relationship, how it changes the relationship. We do other relationship shows.
Like we do Married at First Sight.
Right, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah, you do Married at First Sight. What else?
We do Before the 90 Days.
Yeah, so they're all different. They're all different.
They're all different in their own way, but they all embody. Everybody has hope. They're looking for love, and I think that's when we watch. I don't even want to say crazy people, but when we're like, okay, this is, our heart goes out to them, and you want to have a conversation about it and be like, well, what made you do that, or why did you, or how can you tell that you're not being scammed? Like, these are all things as we're watching, we're like, what the hell are y'all doing?
But also with reality TV relationship shows, these are things that people are thrown into. So it's not a normal thing. It's not, like a normal relationship. It's not like just like the show you guys are on. Yeah. You're meeting people for the first time that you've never met. And it's interesting to see the dynamic between everyone and how everyone gets along, how everyone clicks with each other and who you connect with. that's what's interesting to see. It's not because it's not just like a normal relationship. We're not watching people who have been together for 10, 12, 15 years. You know what I mean? You guys are meeting each other for the first time, or before the 90 days, meeting someone from
another country that doesn't even speak your language.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's an interesting dynamic to watch. So, yeah.
Especially that would make you, and let me ask you guys, what made you like sign up for the process? Because even then,
I would think that would be kind of scary.
Putting yourself out there like that.
Before we begin, because people are trickling in happenstance and they know that there's a code for 50% off. I just got a question from Miss Smiley. Listen,
just put the code in.
I must do this. This is important. Miss Smiley, the code is the Shawn Show. That's Shawn, not the White Irish Shawn, but SHAWN, the Shawn Show. That's what you're watching right now. That's your code for 50% off of anything from Body Butter Bakery, and she will ship that bad boy off as soon as she puts it in the jar. I got mine. She contacted me Friday. I got it Saturday, so it could be that fast.
They're asking you to pin the code.
Pin the code.
But I got
instead of pinning yourself.
I don't see the problem.
Pin the code. They're already here. They know how to find you.
That makes a lot of sense. So they found me already. Good point, Ty. I'm going to pin the code while Ty answers that question, and then I'll return to it. Carry on, ladies.
What made me join? I honestly felt like because I had conquered so many other battles like childhood trauma, PTSD, anxiety, I felt like the love thing was the last thing I needed to figure out. I felt like it was being brought to me by design and that I needed to go all out about it in order to figure this out. And I felt like because of the way my life was, figuring out the love piece probably needed to be on this national stage in order for me to finally get it, you know, at 44 years old. So if it didn't play out that way, who knows?
Let me ask you this, Shawn.
Where I would still be.
So now that you're on this national stage, do you feel like it's easier or like you have more options, I guess, to find love?
You said Shawn. Did you mean Tyrone?
She did say Shawn. She did say Shawn. But
you know what? You know what?
She did that on purpose. That was a little bit of shade.
You know what?
But
I let it go.
There's no shade. Y'all just shady ass women.
Hush mouth earlier.
You know, your sign, by the way, reads like Pixelix from Superman. It's all backwards in the mirror universe on the camera. It's like if y'all don't flip that camera around a different way. But with that said, I'm still typing in the code. So Tyrone, go ahead and take that one and I'll answer.
It actually doesn't help because, you know, it's harder to tell someone's true intentions now that they may have seen you on the show. Not saying that, you know, the show means anything more, but it's harder to, you know, discern people's true intentions now.
Wow.
So you're actually a lot more selective now than you were before. Because before you'd be like, don't nobody know me. Can make this happen. And
well, I mean, we watched when your sister was on and she was saying that she was in these streets,
right?
So, I mean, are you being selective, sir?
Yeah, I am being selective. I've been.
Okay. Well, maybe that's why he's in these streets, because he hasn't settled yet. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, mine's look back.
I'm not.
Damn it!
No. To get it straight, I'm not.
I didn't know that. The iPad has failed me. Sorry, Tyrone.
Yeah, I'm not in the streets.
Watch this shit in the mirror.
But I did have periods of time where I wasn't in a relationship. I'll just say that.
And that's fine.
And you was freaky time.
And I was never dishonest, you know, if that makes sense. So that's one of the things that she expressed. It would be different if I'm out there like treating women like shit and dogging them out and all that. But
absolutely.
When we saw that on the show, you were honest, which I thought was amazing. I thought that was
you ain't here to waste nobody's time, and I'm here for it. We saw that.
Actually, both of you guys, y'all were both super honest, and I appreciated it.
Thank you. I guess I get to talk now.
So Shawn, same question for you.
All right.
So now that you're on this platform, do you feel the same way as Tyrone? That, you know, you have to be cautious of, you know, people and what their intentions are?
As a journalist, I always scrutinize a little bit more anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So the funny thing is that, so I'll give you a little anecdote. I was out at a happy hour at a nice spot, and a woman recognized me, her with her non-straight friend, and she turned around, Shawn, Ray Love. And she's like, your ass just ID'd me. You want my social security number too? But then she started asking questions about the show and all this other stuff. And she had like she got everything. But then she said, so I'm about to call my girl. So I got someone that'll be perfect for you. I'm like, how old is your girlfriend? And her girlfriend's 50. And now, if anyone watched the show, and the thing that they even themed up for me, although I didn't say that kids were the end-all be-all, I said I hadn't reconciled not having children. Mm-hmm. You know that a 50-year-old is not the first place I'm looking for. Old lady, you just want to be part of the story. You recognize somebody, and you want to just be part of the story. Now, that's a more elaborate way to say what Ty said, and that was more innocent. You can't necessarily trust when people recognize you from TV because they're too busy thinking about, oh, I recognize somebody from TV. Because people think that if you're on TV, even if you're on the news, people think that you're a celebrity because you, yeah, and I seen it when she shot him. And she did over there. Hey, man, I saw you on the news. Do you remember what I said about the dude still on the loose? He killed somebody. No, but I saw you on the news. And that's all people care about, is that you were on TV. Mm-hmm. Now, the funny thing is that locally, I have 6 commercials running. I'm an actor. I'm on TV. I'm visual. I got things going on already. So I've been identified, but this is to the 48th
Aren't you an author as well?
I'm an author as well. I thank you. I appreciate that. I've not even pitched my own book on my own show because I'm too busy trying to figure out how the Wi-Fi works. But but with that said, you can't necessarily. You have to. I think with Ty and I, and this is my honest opinion, and Ty could tell you what he thinks after this. I think we have to wait till they get out of DC. You know, and then that cycle of the DC area folk, because we're still residual. We're still in the residue of people who watch the show. And when they go to their next spot, they've already mentioned Miami. That ain't no secret. They mentioned they're going to go to Miami.
Can I just say how bad of an idea that is?
Yeah, there ain't no black folks doing anything in Miami.
Huh?
Oh, no, you said how Miami's a bad idea?
We used to live in Miami as well. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea.
Holy shit. Miss Smiley, you know, sometimes my friends call me Black Frazier, but that's a very 90s reference. Thank you, Miss Smiley. I think, I don't know.
They may not even have enough black people for the show.
They'll have some black people for the show, but there's going to be some, like, I'm black and Honduran. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban, but I got dark skin. There's going to be a lot of that shit going on. And they're going to try to cross over because, you know, OWN is now owned fully as a whole owned subsidiary of Discovery, I believe. So
you're right. You're right.
So they're trying to expand the bag. It's beyond just, all right, these black markets, we got them going. We got Atlanta, we got Houston, we got DC. We got to make our appeal more cross. Mm-hmm. You know, so let's see if some Univision watchers will watch it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh wow, you said Univision.
We'll see. But I feel I'm not gonna say I feel robbed in a way, but I think we should be inclusive. But when we're on that would be like BET, and now we're gonna go and you know.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Oprah sold her network, and I have a whole thing about that. When I don't want to say sell out, but when you take the check. There's a whole thing I have at the end of the show, at the end of the night, that you all are welcome to check out because, like, I do an opening essay and I'm going to do a closing essay because that's Shawn Speaks. But anyway, yeah, it ain't Oprah's anymore. It's Discovery's network.
Yeah, so they're going to sprinkle a little bit of Mahente on that black
Mahente.
What the hell is Mahente?
You don't know?
You don't know?
You know how there was like Black Planet and then it was like Mahente. I'm old. I'm aging myself.
Yo, someone post. Oh, go ahead.
The Korean one? No, go ahead. Nope.
Someone posted a damn Black Planet. I think Black Planet is back.
What?
Lies.
Black Planet. No, guys.
No.
BET's not owned either. They're owned by Paramount. BlackPlanet.com is back.
No, ain't no way, bro.
Ain't
no way.
Let me turn the camera.
Y'all act like
no way, bro.
Y'all act like I'm not knowing what I'm talking
Let
about.
me tell you something.
Ain't no way, bro. Because
my
profile is still up.
Out. I loved it.
I did.
You can put the little thing, like the little
music,
graphic,
the background,
on your page,
and the music playing.
Yo, don't talk.
I like you, girl.
I used to
It's
love
a very black ass conversation, but you can't handle the truth. None of you can handle the truth. BlackPlanet.com is back.
That's crazy.
But all right, so I'm going to extend the show by about 15, 20 minutes, the actual show, because I want you guys to have full compliments of your skill set of watching us. And we want to get into this because it's really been a fun premiere and debut, and I appreciate all of you. With that said, real quick to you ladies, this new cast, your thoughts?
I am an Ace fan. I like her energy, her aura.
Ace has Georgia roots, by the way. Go Dogs.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
And I liked this new guy that they just introduced, Cornelius, the new Cornelius. Yeah. And only reason I say that is because someone who reviews it, I noticed that a lot of the viewers talked about nobody's from DC. Nobody's from, like, born and raised in DC. So when he said something about that jump, and I was like, there we go.
That joint.
That jump. I was like, oh, he's from DC. He's from DC.
Well, what about Wiley? But Wiley is Chuck Brown's son, so he's definitely
Wiley
DC
as well.
Yeah.
So, but personality-wise, the baritone in his voice, it just, cornbread and his corn muffins, and I was here for it. I like it.
Latrice, what you got?
You mean Chanel.
I mean Chanel. Sorry. Holy shit.
It's payback. He messed up.
You know what? Y'all are reversed on my screen. Like, y'all shit is reversed on the screen. So, it's Chanel and Latrice. Oh, I don't know who I'm talking to.
So
but Chanel, what's your thought?
Was not really feeling P.O.
Oh, yeah, Paul.
The post office worker,
he delivers.
The delivery man. I thought he was a little bit too old to be using these type of lines. I thought it was corny.
They called him dad jokes.
It was like dad jokes. Yeah.
Ty, you're a father. Do you think they're dad jokes?
Look, Ty was like, I think I used that before.
I like Paul. I think he's just misunderstood, and I think his way of thinking and his way of getting information out of someone is probably
like you mentioned earlier. If you
Paul
were to
is
do
a
a spoken word,
if you were doing a spoken word,
what would the name of it be?
Yeah,
I thought
that was Paul's question.
Yeah, that was okay. Moving on.
Yeah, carry on, Chanel.
So I like Clifton.
She does.
I like Clifton.
So can we talk about this real quick? Why does everyone love Clifton? Not that this, I don't see it, but it's like he is so popular. Is it this big teddy bear thing?
Bear. That's what it is. He gives teddy bear.
No.
Well, that's what he gives me.
No.
He gives me teddy bear vibes.
Okay,
she gives Latrice teddy bear vibes. What about you, Chanel?
For me, when he first got out the car, right before he even spoke, for one, his beard, everything, it was glistening.
That's everybody loves the glistening beard. Okay, that's all I'm seeing.
You know
you just gave me another opportunity. If you're glistening, you better get some of this. You better get you some of this beard and body butter from Body Butter Bakery. Let me tell you something. I used it, and you see how shiny my black ass is, and I ain't even got as much hair as Clifton does. Carry on, ladies. It's pinned at the top, 50% off until 59 minutes from now. You're welcome. Let's go.
So he was glistening. He had this energy about him as soon as he got out the car. And then when he spoke, she's
Cornelia says he I8. Clifton's charisma and confidence is smooth, says Miss Smiley.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Miss Smiley. Yes. Clifton is it. Clifton and
but he also, I feel like he knows that.
So she just gonna act like that just right in front of me, huh? Like I ain't even sitting here, huh?
He's like a playboy. You know what I mean?
And I like Dakia.
You like Dakia?
I like Dakia.
Dakia has this this Stephanie Mills, who's a dancer thing going on with these beats on. So that's older than you all. Ty should know, but he's from Massachusetts, so he may not know. But Stephanie Mills, this small, dark-skinned woman, great.
That's terrible.
That's
something in the way you make me feel, make me feel good, baby, feel. I'll tell you, babe, something in the way you make me feel.
I love it.
Stephanie
I get
Mills.
it.
But yeah,
That wasn't bad at all.
So who do you like on the show?
Yes. Let's.
Oh, so this is a question. Oh, pop quiz. This is a question from Sunday night, Ty. I have not watched the show enough to like anybody. So that's
God
why,
damn it, Shawn.
that's why y'all are here.
I knew you was gonna say that shit.
That's the guys on
Okay,
shit. Now I will say this. Now from the people I have had conversations with beforehand, you know, because I've given. I put out an IG post like, if anybody wants any advice, I'm leaving this to you all. But if you want some advice from Ready to Love Emeritus, I'm here for you. And a couple of them inboxed me. And I've had conversations with Dakia, because she's a Sagittarius as well, because I'm a Sagittarius. And we talked about a number of things. And so that was a fun conversation. I talked with Ace and a couple. Let's see, who else did I talk to? I want to talk to Tiffany more. Because Tiffany,
you know, was Tiffany.
I'm a fan of tall, dark, and beautiful, and she sort of has this. She has a regal appearance. Now, whether the rest of her is that way, I don't know. But there's this regality that just I think is natural for her, and I wouldn't mind just sitting down and let's have that cup of coffee. So those are the people, but I have not dissected. I'm gonna catch up because I just realized.
Okay, I was like, catch
OWN
up
is on
first.
Hulu.
Catch up.
OWN is on Hulu. I got Hulu. I gotta watch it. Yeah.
What about you, Tyrone?
I'm a fan of Ace and Joey.
Okay, so
I don't know why
Right now.
I can see that. I can see that being your type.
Ace is cool, and Joy's a creative, so Joy seems
Oprah,
interesting too.
What was it? Oprah,
Michelle.
Beyonce, Michelle, Jill Scott. That she is.
Do you feel like she embodies all of that?
Yeah, I did see that clip. Did you see all that shit? When I don't mean shit, and not that Oprah is shit or Beyonce, but he said a lot of shit. Like,
He did. I was like, Michelle Obama. What? That's a lot.
That was a lot.
Who is this woman, and why is she so not interesting? Because she's all these different ass things. You know, that shit cancels each other out.
That's what she is.
Like all these things. I'm Beyonce. Well, I'm Oprah Winfrey. Well, that shit cancels out. So what's being matched up? I'm Jill Scott. Well, I'm Michelle Obama. What else, man? I'm sorry. There was a question for Tyrone somewhere in here. I'm gonna let him have it. Carry on.
I just think it's something about her that people will overlook. You know, either at first glance or the first time they're around her. That's
Okay.
all. It's just a different energy.
I like Ace is a Georgia girl. Ace got it going on. She's got some things going on.
Because we definitely talked about it in our review.
What's she say?
Carmen and those blue contacts.
Hey, Tyrone, you want to take this picture?
I need to know what you think thought. Because you know what?
God damn it. Blue ass.
He gonna get a drink of water. Where he at?
It ain't water. It ain't water. Everyone be quiet.
He went to go get some more body butter.
I don't think they were that bad.
I don't think so either. So I really
think
did.
they
Like,
were
I
that
didn't notice
bad.
them at. Look at Sean's face. I didn't think they were that bad at first. But then Nels pointed out to me when we were doing a review, and she was like, "No, he kept saying the contacts were an issue."
And I also kept saying that I feel like at some point you age out of color contacts.
I got a question for you.
I think.
Go ahead, Tyrone. Go ahead, and then I'll get in there.
There was something that I seen out the show for the first time. I don't think I've ever seen it, but the show actually took a moment, to clown on her about the contacts. And I don't think the show has ever, took time to clown anyone.
Yes, they have.
So that was a little bit different.
So that's another question for y'all.
Yes, they have.
Look.
Now,
What part?
Everybody saying editing.
I mean, they had a still shot just for her blue contacts.
Yeah, but
when he said "Baby Jesus,"
I'm curious
because they looked like they was extended from her eyes. They looked like her eyes was back here and the contacts was up here.
Oh,
here's my thing. Here's what I'm learning, or what I learned about our season. When the show,
glowing double eyes. Look at that.
Stop.
Oh God.
That's so wrong.
Hey. I will comment on the comments. Let me get this out real quick because we'll never finish. Real quick. So, what I did notice about the show during our season, Ty, especially during my time, because you focus on your time. Yeah. The show, because they knew how things would end, would play up things to create a dossier as to why you should be gone for later episodes. So they're editing backwards. So I'm wondering, I'm not saying she's the next to go, but I am curious how much would this, she's some kind of synthetic or whatever, people might make that type of notion. Would they try to play that up as a reasoning for her to be at least on the chopping block, not to be gone, but so with me, what I'm saying, when they did it with me, I told my first encounter was at the jacuzzi, and I gave Camille the first answer. I said, I'm a creative. I gave her the actual full answer of what I did. Sydney got it. Everyone else got it. Her and Zadia left the pool. But at the end of that episode, because they knew that I wasn't going to stick around long, it was a matter of, Shawn's Tommy from Martin. He doesn't work. And so if the show knows, no, I'm not doing it again. I'm just saying, if the show knows some things that might be brought up, and they might use something as a punchline to seed it. I'm curious, how far is Carmen's journey if they know how it ends? That's what I'm saying. People always cut me off Shawn's still mad about it. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm in production, but I'm just serious. I'm just really curious. So if they actually brought up the whole, she got color contact thing.
She's
all right,
solid.
So that's going to be brought up.
She's solid. I think she'll be here for a while. I don't think they'll bring her here as the ringer just to have her get voted off the next week. That wouldn't make sense. You gotta be absolutely terrible for that. You know what I mean?
Again,
you gotta be terrible.
Tyrone, did you watch the fucking show? I was there for a goddamn cup of coffee. Your ass sound like you.
I'm messing with you, man.
Or the answer is yes. Yo, we got one.
I'm messing with you. But what I'm saying is, for us, they had dramatic music and stuff when they were trying to drive a point home.
You say they didn't produce her?
That was about it. They
didn't produce her stamp more.
No, they actually had Clifton talk about her. He mentioned something about Baby Jesus, and then they brought her in for a still shot with a close-up on her eyes. I don't think they've ever done that before. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's clearly where they said, hey, come here, let's do a close-up of you so they can get her eyes. That's where they...
I felt like they were...
No, okay, but...
they probably did it. They probably did it. That's reality TV, though. It's that's already been mentioned, so now it's been mentioned, let's recreate that and show this so the viewers can understand what people are seeing and got going on.
But I think they also made a point too, or she made a point to say something about, and I don't know if it was shade to the other girls or the other women. She was like, keep the curl on this ponytail because my hair is real. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
it was shade because she said,
don't have real hair.
Yeah.
She said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She said it.
She said
it. Maybe that's why they did a still shot of her eyes, because she don't got real eyes.
Well... they know America going to talk about it.
I would love to meet Carmen in the future, so let's move on to another topic.
Oh!
No.
Let me ask you something, Shawn.
So can we talk about editing? So do y'all really feel like it's edited? Because I've heard pretty much everyone that's been on your season say that the editing was horrible. and that the way that how they set things up for you guys wasn't fair.
It's only horrible when it makes you look bad.
Correct.
You know,
I think
the editing was amazing for Sabrina's last talk, right?
Yeah. Sabrina's a woman hero, and no disrespect to Sabrina.
We love Sabrina over here.
Yeah.
But it's only bad if it makes you look bad.
But it makes it bad if it makes you look bad, and you have a lot of explaining.
Let me ask you this: do they do voiceovers?
No,
shit.
I've not had anyone say, "Hey, Shawn." All right, so I've done voiceover because of my profession. I've done voiceover on the field, and they will take a boom mic like this, and they stick it right there, and then you talk into it, and you repeat what you have to say. I've never had that on the show. Ty, can you answer that?
Far as I know, hell no. I mean, I said that shit. I may not have said it like they said I said it.
Right.
But in the end, I did say that shit. I didn't mean that shit. I didn't mean it the way that they showed that I said it.
The words came out your mouth. You said it. You didn't mean it to look like that.
But you know what? He redeemed himself. He redeemed himself because on the reunion, he corrected it.
No, I don't think he said anything necessarily wrong.
He didn't say, "Oh, I didn't say that shit." It was a voiceover.
Because right. Because the thing about Tyrone, and my sister sort of touched on this too, like women watch all these movies like, oh, it was love at first sight, and I knew I wanted to be with her. And I remember having my late friend, he met his wife, who's now his widow, and he's like, Shawn, I met this woman, she's gonna be mine. And he was dead set on being with her. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's actually beatified and romanticized. Until the other person says, I'm not so sure. And that's what happened with Tyrone, if that's fair, Tyrone. And so I don't think that made him any more better or worse of a person. And I think it's funny how people flip when they watch this stuff with the different type of cameras that you use with the reality TV show stuff. So anyway, that's me.
Yeah. I had a question about that.
Yeah.
What do you all like more? Seeing someone you like win or seeing someone you don't like lose?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
I don't even think, I can only speak for me. I don't think I necessarily, even if I don't rock with you, I can't even, I don't know. I'm just not that type of person I want to relish in your, like, you know what I mean? Now, if it happens to you, I'm be like, karma's a motherfucker. And I might have told you, right? But I never want to see you, like, sit in your shit, right? So I would rather see people win. I would rather see love win. I'd rather see people
especially if it's a true connection.
Exactly, to continue this narrative of, you know, love is possible and through all things and all that great jazz.
Especially with, you know, if there's other people that, you know, are around that relationship that, you know, you think is bullshit. To see the actual people that have a real connection.
Yeah.
Win.
That tells me a little bit about your apology acceptance style.
Oh, okay.
What does that tell you?
Go for it, Ty. Go ahead. Explicate.
What does that tell you?
People accept apologies differently. And to me, it just means that you don't need to put people, you don't want their apology to be too harsh. You know what I mean? Just say it and just move on.
True. Yeah, you like truth.
Right.
Yeah, for me, an apology without accountability does not mean shit. If you can take accountability for what you did, and then you apologize for it, to me, that means that you recognize what you did wrong, and I expect it not to happen again because we both know that you did something wrong, and we're going to move forward from this because otherwise, if you're sweeping it under the rug and saying, oh, no, I didn't do anything, or lying to try to cover it up, you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes and you're going to try to do the shit again. So that's an apology to me. Accepting accountability and apologizing for it.
Ladies, are you all, are you of the mind? What'd you say, Tyrone?
I said I had a follow-up question, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. Get your follow-up question in.
Because we know Shawn ain't gonna forget.
It was totally unrelated though. It was unrelated.
Wait a minute, it's unrelated?
Yeah, it was
How did it
ladies.
pop up?
How is it a follow-up?
Because it was a follow-up.
How is it a
from-
follow-up
it was a
question?
follow-up
So,
from a-
okay, so we know that
It was a
Sean is
follow-up from a
Sagittarius.
previous.
Ty, what is your sign?
He's
It
an
was a follow-up
Aquarius.
from a previous one. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah.
We actually get
Pisces.
along.
Yeah.
We actually,
Pisces, you know.
Virgo.
well, yeah.
Okay.
See, y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are the ones. That
Yeah.
those are Thai people. Virgos. those are Thai people. Like it's way
We
different.
were,
It's way different.
I was going to ask about your favorites from our season.
So,
Okay.
Sabrina
Is that
is
a such
always
thing?
my
Is that a such
favorite.
thing? Is that a such thing as favorites, by the way?
We is not talking about the ladies, but go ahead.
I guess that we
But no, Sabrina was one of my, actually, so I had two. It started out being Sabrina and Zadia, actually. Then obviously as things played
He said
out.
he was not talking about the ladies.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's the men. My bad.
Hold on a second. Before you continue, Trees, could you give a pithy answer about the ladies and then go on to the men? I do want to hear that. I think we deserve to hear both because we have
we want to
an
hear it.
audience. So,
Okay, so no,
give me the ladies and then let's go into the men in depth.
Okay. In depth. Okay. So no, ladies, real quick. Zadia, when she first came on, her energy. Actually, when she sat down with you, and I was like, I really rocked with her vibe, and I was like, oh, okay.
And she had body.
And she had body, yada yada yada. So I was there for it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Is it coming back to you, Tyrone?
Oh,
really
wow. Yeah.
And then Sabrina, just her love, light, and energy. It just like I'm an energy person. That's why I like Ace. Now we get into the men. I'm not just saying this because we're here, guys.
Yeah,
Sounds like you're saying it because we're
I've
here.
always been fond. Because I remember one review, and I've always been fond of Sabrina, but I went to bat for you because I did not like how that situation with her friends went down.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
And
I felt like you were thrown into the fire, and I was like, if this is a real thing, and we know as sisters, I'm not going to try to introduce you to the man, but run down a list of bad shit about him before he gets there, and then say, hey, you understand? Like, that's how it came off to me.
Well, Latrice, real quick, I'm so tired of relitigating, but people always say he's relitigating, but it's brought up. We just met. We had our first date 12 hours before that.
Wow. Okay.
That's the thing. So viewers don't know, like, although it's spaced out when they air it, people don't know what the actual time frame is. So we actually, Sabrina and I had our first date, like, let's see, it was 6 o'clock, give or take 12 to 14 hours before that. That was our first date. And that's when I told her, like, I don't want to hurt you down the road if we're not on the same thing. Secondly, I didn't think anything bad was said about me. I just thought that if you show people arguing at somebody, then it looks like a ruckus. And so some folks were coached up to make it look like a ruckus.
Well,
but
even the context,
what
I felt like she didn't explain that enough to her friends for you. Does that make sense?
That's fair. And we've talked about that. So, I don't want anybody to say, like, Shawn Says.
No. I appreciated her apology on the reunion. I saw it, and so, no, we still good, Sabrina.
And at the reunion, we were actually kind of joined at the hip a lot that was cut out, that wasn't seen, because there was way more other bullshit going on.
Okay.
But you're spot on with that. But no, that's one thing. And the second thing is, like, God damn, it's like you when you tell people what you want, why is that a bad thing on these shows?
Because that's what you're there for.
But no, I told people what I want. That just means I didn't, or I couldn't see it happening with her. That doesn't mean I didn't see it happening with anybody else. And so it was. The checks in the mail, right, Tyrone? I think because we get a stipend. We don't get no money for this.
I ain't talking till I get the check.
You ain't talking the Tyrone thing. They're gonna go to Phoenix, Arizona. Like, hey, come back here from LA. That $4,000 you whatever. It ain't even that. It's way less than that. But the God's honest truth is, like, when you tell the truth because you're trying to look for love, it was used as a cudgel, and I think that had to do with simply there were a bunch of mixed nuts on our season that didn't fit. And I don't think they genuinely fit. I think some did fit because we had to get to an end, but I don't know if everybody works. What do you ladies think?
Well, I wanted to ask you because I think I mentioned in one review, whatever happened to you and Tasia? I thought that was a thing. I felt like y'all was gonna sit, like she was like, like it felt like she was like, I'm ovulating. Are you ready to go? Y'all was sitting down at dinner. I said, go make them kids. Y'all was
because Tasia is like the audience. She's like, yeah, hey, you want to do this? Let's get down. But
yeah,
also,
and that's what it gave me.
There's look, I love Tasia. She's coming on the show.
Okay, awesome.
We've already talked about some things, and also there's an announcement that I have that Tasia was very important to make happen regarding my speed dating service. So she's going to be on the show when I announce it, or maybe after I announce it. Yeah. But the long and short of it is that Tasia Saffold and I, like, I'm not closing the door. She may close the door on me. I'm not closing the door, but I want to do things on my terms, because once television gave me the bullshit after I had what was really actually a good date, a great date with Sabrina, and then I had 12 hours later the Bad Friends date where I had 50. It was the Million Man Inquisition. There were like 48 people in that damn room. Once I got that, I shut down on the whole process, and so goes back to the
hallelujah.
Yeah, I went hallelujah. Like, I'm not trusting anything. I'm not trusting anyone's reactions. I don't know if this is produced by somebody, if this is coached up. I don't give it. So I'm gonna be, as the old folks would say from my old Twiggs County church outside of Macon, Georgia, keep still. God will fight your battle. I'll let God fight that battle. I've decided to keep still and then figure out everything else later. And now that the waters have settled, we're on to a new cast. I can get to know people on my terms, outside of the lady at the bar saying, well, you should do this and you should do that. Look, lady who wants to hook me up with a 50-year-old, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So it's a long answer, but I think I can't speak in 160 characters. I don't think real people speak in 160 characters. So Tasia and I are cool. We're great friends. I think we're really good friends. And I think as an entrepreneur, like Ty is an entrepreneur, we, all three of us, understand what this life is about, because the invoice life is way different from the direct deposit life. Mm-hmm. Did I answer your question? I have to ask the question. Did I answer the question?
No, you did. You did.
I thought he was originally asking the ladies about their favorite.
We were. They're not done.
Without saying it.
No, those ladies are not done yet. So, what was that question from the ladies then, Ty?
No, we was asking the ladies about their favorites from our
yes,
season.
and Ty, so let me ask you, is there anybody on this, like, at the reunion that, besides the host?
Oh yeah,
right? That you were like, I understood the host because she's beautiful as well, but I thought you would have, like, tried to get back, I don't know, maybe holla at Sabrina now that she was free, because y'all had a little connection at one point. Like, there was nothing. No, it wasn't given.
I mean, I honestly feel like at this point
Dante, what's up, fellas?
We're all just better off friends, right? Like, we've built a little family relationship. We're better off friends. I would definitely do dinner with any one of them. I would do drinks with any one of them. You know, the more time I spend with them, the more I like them, right? But not as my love interests.
It's the cast from a different world. You get to know each other from different situations. Like, we just had our collegiate get to know each other experience as adults in our late 30s and 40s. And now it's like, all right, if we didn't find love during that process, but we're still friends, we're probably going to be more in the friend situation until that snow globe of bullshit settles. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Shawn.
It would just throw a monkey wrench.
So do you think that if you would have been there from the beginning,
things might have been different?
You would have had a different outcome?
Yes.
Okay. That's valid. Okay. So, who are your favorites? from this season?
Oh wait, I didn't answer the question.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What did you ask you?
Oh, wait, I heard ice.
Y'all didn't answer the question.
Hey,
Did y'all?
Tyrone, did you hear ice clinking as well? I heard ice clinking. What y'all drinking? What y'all doing?
Oh, we're drinking wine. I actually have to go refill my glass.
Wait, you don't use ice in your wine,
I could see Chanel drinking unapologetically, but Latrice be trying to sneak her drinks.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
Baby.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, no. Matter of fact, I gotta go. I'll be back.
See, baby sister gotta do it differently. Baby sister gotta do it differently, Ty.
So my favorite females was Sabrina and Aisha.
Okay.
And
from the beginning or since the
from Jump, or was like as everything
from Jump, it was Aisha because we're both from New York. She gave that New York energy, and I just I don't know. I just loved her. I loved her from beginning to end. Sabrina, initially I liked her because I liked her style. And then as you know, as the shows went on, I liked her energy. I liked her vibe. Men, initially, Cornelius, initially.
You said initially. Put a pin in that. Carry on.
We'll put a pin in that. Then, I'm not gonna lie, Shawn, when you came through, sorry. They had you with the shirt off.
I'm sorry. Is it Nelly? Are we calling you Nelly? Is that
Nell? Yes.
I felt good about myself when I showed up. I did.
Yeah.
As you should.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get back to that young man in July.
You were breaking necks, sir. You were breaking necks when you came through. Okay, and then
what was somebody else? I feel like Naeem. You were a Naeem fan too,
and that was initially. They were both initially, because towards the end I was like,
tall, dark, handsome, and with abs. That's what you like. So Naeem is like 6'2.5", 6'3", and I'm 6'2".
I didn't even know he was that tall.
Yeah, he was. Maybe because he didn't.
You just made his stock go up in her mind.
Well, I don't know. But
it was
thank you, Miss Smiley. Miss Smiley says on a chocolate drop. I appreciate that. But carry on.
I can't see the comments. Oh man.
You can't see the comments? You don't want to see them, Ty, because you ain't none of them.
It's not scrolling. It's not scrolling for me.
Oh, you gotta start. Well, the way that
works,
I
might leave and come back.
Yeah, leave and come back, and then it'll refresh you. And when that happens, we will just. Oh, it just happened. Boy, he did that quick. Hey, girls, that's just quick. Can y'all climb up to your
I gotta sit on a phone book now.
Y'all look smart as hell. Who's the tallest? Who's the tallest?
Of course she's taller. But she's only like 5'3".
Oh. Well,
yeah, I'm only 5'1". She's like 5'3". We're not. We're little shorties.
Is your dad a chess piece? How tall is your dad? Like yeah. What? Y'all ain't got no height. Is your dad the pawn? Just use me right now. Use me right now. Y'all.
Yeah, we're shorties.
Yeah.
And you look really tall, Nell, or tallish.
I do?
Yeah, that tells you. So you talk about blue contacts. We talk about the things that women do to make their ass look way more. I'm gonna send a picture to him, and it's gonna be me. I'm all about me, girl. But the picture's gonna have a filter. It's gonna have a filter. I got different eye colors. I got different height. I got some weave. I got some makeup that cakes me up. He's gonna love me for me. You just did 4 things.
You're terrible.
You just did 4 things that make you look way different from what.
Let me tell you, Shawn. The only thing I won't go without, right? I'll go without the hair. I'll go without the makeup. I'll go without everything. The only thing I will not go without is lashes.
She is a lash. Yeah, I
can't. I cannot.
It makes me mad too, Shawn. But see, I have natural long.
I refuse.
Oh, you got see. Here's what I need you to do, Latrice. I need you to get on your knee on that sofa and get taller than your sister, or there it goes. There, So I can see these lashes. Oh, those lashes are nice and natural.
Thank you.
You're a lovely young lady. Hey, you old as hell because you only, a year. But no, like, you batting the shit out of me, and it look like you're raking the yard.
You said what?
Let me say, no. I'm playing with you. I love you. I love you, ladies. I appreciate you all being here, and we're gonna wrap this up in about 15 minutes or so because we can't be here all night. But with that said, the only thing about women with lashes, and in the beat face generation, because I'm 45, I think I can call this the beat face generation, has women doing so much to where you don't look like yourself. You don't look like yourself for one, and then you all accept the awesomeness of what you did beat face wise. So you clayed up your face, you drawn this shit, you got shit that could rake the lawn, and because you've used every single beauty product properly, that means, girl, you beautiful. I don't know why no man want to be with you. Because as soon as you hug him, he's got the imprint of a clown face on his face. And I love women.
So let me
say necessary to do all that. No, I'm not saying you're doing that, but I'm just saying.
No, because I can't. I don't know how. I was gonna say we don't. I watch YouTube videos. No, we don't. Even with YouTube, to beat my face, I really don't know how. I know how to apply foundation, apply mascara, and apply my lashes.
I know how to do a natural beat. That's all you're getting from me.
As far as beating my face,
a natural beat. You don't know how to beat your face. You said
no.
You're not going to the Mac counter at Macy's.
Oh, well, not on that.
Now
they do it. They'll do it.
Well,
they don't teach you how to do it.
I want to rewind. The Mac counter at Macy's is actually kind of detrimental to your health because your ass is going to have all sorts of cysts and things because they're covering up every pore. Yes. You know what's not that oily? Butter bakery.
I can't.
Butter bakery. Look, no, guys, that's true. We have 26 minutes.
Oh, God.
Thank you, ladies. Body butter bakery. I use the man shit, so at least buy the shit for your man. There's a big ass comb that comes with it. I don't have one of them fucked up damn beards, but 78% of the men from last cast and 72% of the men from this cast have beards that are super Ramadan, Saladin type of beards, like American Black Taliban. And so she gives you the comb. She gives you the comb. She gives you the lotion. You can massage in there, and your ashy, crusty ass brother will slide out that damn thing, and you will feel good. I'm dead serious. I used it last night. I used it the night before. I have no complaints. I don't go out musty. Well,
hold on. So
you got 25 minutes. Right there. It's pinned at the top. Yes, ladies.
This is black owned, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, this is black owned.
Okay, no, because I have a body butter that I like, but I might switch over to support a black owned business. So
you got 25 minutes to get it half off.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the reminder, boo.
Tyrone's back, by the way. Ladies, finish your thought, and then Tyrone jump in here. Ladies.
So what were we talking about? We were talking about your favorites.
Oh, I said my favorites.
And who were your favorites from this season? I don't think we got into that.
Well, he said that he hasn't really.
He said he hasn't watched it.
You know what? Okay.
Next week I will dive into it a little bit more, but I know some people I'm familiar with. But yes, ma'am.
Let's say you did start from. Well, even though you didn't start from the beginning, right? Who would you say would have been your top 3?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This is a 2-part question.
No, it's not. The answer is.
Oh yeah, because Tyrone has to give his.
There's a follow-up question that we asked last night.
Yeah, 2 nights ago, Tyrone.
Go ahead.
You said my top 3 if I started from the beginning.
Well, regardless, so whether you started from the beginning or not, who would be your top 3? Who do you feel like would have been able to give you what you wanted? And
for those listening to it on the pod, you didn't see me like I was about to answer. And she's like, "Hey, motherfucker!"
Yeah.
Carrie Courtney Libba.
Carrie, Courtney, Libba. Okay.
And maybe not in that order, but Carrie, Courtney, Libba with Tasia right there and Sabrina as my fifth. But that was the order. Yeah.
All right. You, Tyler?
So the follow-up was, if it wasn't televised, who would your top 3 be?
Oh, if it wasn't televised. Oh, that makes a difference.
I wasn't there for
it makes
that
a
question.
difference.
I watched it, but I wasn't there for that. Oh, so that means like, yo, Zadi's body is banging. You just sure you don't want to? It's my show, right?
It's your show.
It's okay.
It's the Shawn Show.
Is it the Shawn Show?
It is.
It is the Shawn Show.
The mic's coming from northeast and west. Is it the Shawn Show?
It is the Shawn Show.
After that first initial meeting, I didn't give a frog's fat ass about the black, brown girl squad, whatever. Didn't want any of them. And I love brown women. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was just so unwelcoming, unnecessary, and quite frankly, stank.
Woo!
What are we talking about?
A whole bunch of questions for me.
What are we talking about
You're
right
welcome.
now? We're talking about if it wasn't.
Because we know.
Because I didn't want to believe the narrative. I didn't want to believe the narrative. I was like editing. You know, like I try to give everybody a chance. We try to be fair because y'all are real people.
The only person that I would say who is kind of like the Samuel Mudd. All right, so this is my geek coming out. The Samuel Mudd of the Lincoln Conspiracy. But the Samuel Mudd of the Brown Girl Squad would be Mumeen.
Yeah.
How much was she in it? How much was she not in it? Et cetera, so forth. We had really great conversations because Mumeen was very much into the entertainment. She is into the entertainment business, like I am.
She's a singer, right?
And we also have like a religious background. We have a Christian background. It's just she's from whatever. And so we had these conversations, kind of like, all right, I think I could hang with that person. Now the thing with the show, this is the only thing.
I gotta rephrase it. I think I gotta rephrase it.
Go ahead. You gotta rephrase it. Go ahead, Tyrone.
Ain't nobody can see you. You only in town for the weekend.
Now for the weekend, so see, that's a whole
right?
nother.
What?
You only in town for the weekend. You're not being judged by the public.
You talking about
or who you're gonna end up with long term.
You talking about your Tinder, Tyrone?
Because I know the answers will change.
Off the camera answer.
I'm about to spit into this mic, so I'm about to put on this.
Come on, it's the Shawn. It's the Shawn Show.
It's the Shawn Show.
It's the Shawn Show.
Tyrone, you running it. That's why you here. Go ahead, McMahon. Go.
It's the Shawn Show. You in town for the weekend. Ain't no cameras. Ain't no public judgment. Don't nobody in the world know nothing.
Okay.
Nathan.
Who's your top 3?
You asking us?
No, Shawn.
Oh. Go ahead, Shawn. You heard him.
I'm only in town for the night. Hey, I'm the light for the party.
Let me tell you how this will actually work.
God damn it, Shawn.
No. You ain't getting it. It's the Shawn Show. I'm going to answer this way the way I want to. God damn it. Let me tell you something real quick. No, is it knowing what I know now or what shot I would take not knowing anything?
That's a good question.
That's a good look. Rebuttal.
Bro, this is the same question I asked you when you came on set at the pool and you didn't want to answer.
You asked me that question at the pool? What pool?
No, later that night. Later that night on the couch. And you was like, you know, I ain't been here that long. I'm like, bruh.
I gotta say, Tyrone,
you done seen everybody here half naked. Like, come on now.
We voted a whole black ass president.
We're at the pool. You don't see everybody half naked. You gotta have an opinion by now.
That's the first thing. And secondly,
spit it out.
I was quite drunk by the time you asked me that question, and I didn't have a real answer. And I was just looking for the cameras to make sure that it wasn't caught when I didn't have a fucking answer.
I mean, Tyrone, you can just give the answer.
I know, right?
Tyrone, you can give the goddamn answer.
For me?
You can always
give an answer. Oh, he didn't say shit. This is why I was so frustrated.
Answer the question.
Tyrone,
no, he's still not answering. 3 months later, still not answering.
But wait, but the clarification remains the same. Does it sound better with the filter, guys? The clarification remains the same. Do I know what I know now, or do I know
No.
nothing?
No,
And I
you
just
don't
see
know
these
what you know
women.
now.
Only thing you
Okay,
know.
so if I'm just in town for the night.
So as my little sister said, she just popped up in the comments. So
Define
basically,
little sister, because both y'all short as hell.
no, she's actually taller than both of us. She's taller than us.
I don't even think he's gonna answer that.
Wait a minute, your little sister's taller than both? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Sister, come talk to us real quick. No, well, go ahead. Finish your question real quick.
No, she just said, who are you most physically attracted to before getting to know them? Basically, is what she broke it down.
You know what's so funny? If it weren't for them opening their mouths, the Brown Girl Squad would have been what I was physically attracted to. But as soon as they opened their mouths, they made, as quote Dave Chappelle says, my penis soft.
Ooh, woo. Okay.
Shawn, you can't say that. That's crazy. Yes, I can.
The words,
the Shawn Show.
the views,
it's the Shawn Show. But it
and
made my penis
opinions.
soft. It's like, this attitude is so...
Spoken by Shawn Durham.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We got to do that.
The opinions of Shawn Durham and Shawn Durham.
When I get my closing essay, I gotta have everybody off. Everyone's gonna be off when I get my closing essay. Let's mark it. By the way, it's 11:43. 10 minutes. 10 more minutes on this topic, and then we're gonna get off. If we want to talk after that,
I want Tyrone to answer that same question.
Go Ty.
Have y'all ever met Aleisha in person?
No.
Mm-hmm.
She's a
her body, right? But her body is amazing. Like what the camera angles show.
So one of the things that actually kind of, I can't think of the word, but like there was a strong sexual energy when Aisha's around. When she walk in, you know, that's like your initial thought. And I was like, damn, like I don't want that to be my initial thought. Do you know what I mean? But I can't stop thinking that. But you end up falling in love with, like, the more time you spend with her, like the more you end up like falling in love with her.
It's a fantastic trick though that she pulls. When you see her and she'll dress this way, it's like, oh my gosh, she's scandalous. She exudes this type of sexuality. But then you talk to her and it's like, oh my gosh, she just wants to hang out and watch Jeopardy. It's
or Netflix and chill.
Or Netflix
and
get her booty rub.
Yeah, and you're like, these tattoos have meaning. Like everything has a story. You're like, oh shit. Yeah, Aisha was up there. Zadia was up there, of course. I don't know. Courtney gained like 20 pounds too.
Man,
so
let me tell you something. Courtney with them pounds.
I always thought Courtney was bad. Like
oh my god,
she was like a thin mint. Courtney was like a thin mint on day one, though.
Yeah, but if
like
Get 'em MC, if Get 'em MC is still on here, we'll bring you on. But oh my god, Court gained them, and she was like, "Hey guys," and she started posting shit. I'm gonna gain that weight. I'm gonna show y'all. Who are you trying to show? And then it's like, oh my god, I see what she's showing. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Hey Tyrone, didn't you date our sister?
What?
You dated Courtney's sister? Oh my god, you're giving all types of tea. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Long time ago. 10 years ago.
Shawn over here spilling the tea now.
No, I'm a coffee drinker.
So I stepped on.
I'm a coffee drinker.
I stepped on set down one. So after day one, I was already down 2, and then Camille was pretty focused. So on day one, I was pretty much down to 7, when everyone else was down to 9 or 8.
See, I started with 3, and then it will.
Come on, man. You could have been whatever you wanted to be.
Who did I date? Because everybody else you were talking about were gone by the time I got there. It was Tasia, Aisha, Sabrina.
The only person that really wasn't, quote unquote, I feel like was gone, because we didn't learn to the reunion that Tasia had something going on with Corey. But that's why I was like, why didn't the thing with Tasia work out? Because I felt like y'all were both available.
I think you had an option. I think you had the opportunity with them all. I think they all would have given you a fair shot.
No, I think that's fair. And I still say that's fair with Tasia for sure. Because you know what? Had they not set me up with the Sabrina production, I would have stuck around. I would have wanted to stick around more. But I was sitting bull after that. It was like, you know what? I don't trust any goddamn thing that's in front of me. Now, right now, like, everything's different. Like, we're all living this post-Ready to Love life. And now that it's cycling out and the snow globe has
Excuse me, guys. I'll be right back. I need to get my charger.
Oh, my God. She has to get her charger. Oh, my
And
God.
we exit the interview early.
Oh, I will say this. I will say this, too, because I didn't think about this, too, because we weren't allowed to think about that during the show because we were brought on as ringers at the same time. But Sydney totally would have been someone I would have dated. Because Sydney, her birthday's the day before mine.
Oh,
now
really?
it's 8 or 9 years younger she is, but we talked a little bit before they revealed us.
Let me ask you another question, Shawn.
What's that?
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Tyrone's about to throw something. Come on,
Do you
Tyrone.
feel like you would have had a chance with Sydney?
Ooh.
It's the Shawn Show. Come on now.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about, son. That's what I'm talking about.
I could see Shawn having a chance with it, but again, I wasn't in it. But from the viewing point, I could see it.
Well, all right. Questions, real quick. Since your sister's, you're back. Okay,
I'm back.
You're back. What else are y'all reviewing? Are y'all watching any non-reality shows? What else y'all got going on?
Power, Force.
Are y'all watching that?
Yes. Shawn. Don't disrespect Power,
sir.
like that.
What? You just like looking at Method Man or something? What's going on with this? Why are y'all?
Well.
Can I reveal something?
Go ahead, Ty. Go ahead.
I have never seen an episode of Power.
You know what? You're the second person I've heard say this week, and I'm like, what?
Like ever, like from the beginning.
I have never watched an episode of Power.
Oh my gosh!
Why are you doing this to me?
That's
You know what's funny? Here's my opinion of Power. They got people who went to the schools and know how to set up the camera.
Is that the 50 Cent one?
Right.
Or is that someone
It's
else?
the 50 Cent one.
Okay.
It's the 50 Cent one.
Ain't they the same though?
But after the initial premise, they were starting to run up. All right, so I got a thing, and that's why it's the Shawn Show. I'm gonna express this thing throughout. I am personally tired of black chess piece hood dramas. I'm tired
my
of
best
it.
friend said that to me.
Yeah,
My
it's
best friend who
worse.
was probably in this chat said the same exact thing.
Yeah, I'm so tired of, and also I'm tired of British motherfuckers playing these black male hood kingpins, except for my boy, because Amari Hardwick went to University of Georgia. Go Dogs! National championship!
Yeah, it's even worse on Saturday Night Live. If y'all ever watch Saturday Night Live, yeah.
Saturday Night Live, you said?
Yeah, I think Saturday Night Live is even worse.
Saturday Night Live has gotten terrible. It's not good anymore. They don't even write anymore. They just
It's really not. It's really
they
not.
highlight negative black stereotypes, and I just can't do it.
Because that's
that's
the lowest denominator, right, Ty? It's like they find the lowest denominator to appeal to black folks.
Look at Mike facts.
Mike ready.
That's my best friend. When I said, "Oh, he doesn't like the narrative of power and the black men being the drug dealers," and he's like, "Facts."
Yeah, I guess Snowfall is awesome, but they get this British motherfucker to come in. Yes, so tell me, where are the cocaines?
Really, Jackie?
Where are the cocaines? Is that what you said? Like, wait a minute, motherfucker. You ain't even from, like, what was it, Queen and Snow? And I remember black women pubbing this damn movie up.
No, I hated that.
Queen and Snow are from fucking Cleveland. And they get two British motherfuckers to play niggas from Cleveland. If I may be frank, it's just niggas from Cleveland. It was just, are you a nigga from Cleveland? I am a nigga from Cleveland. Are you sure you're a nigga? I'm a nigga from Cleveland. I'm from Gloucester. Wait a minute. Y'all can, all these art classes and after school things you tell us to go to, and Duke Ellington School of Arts and all that stuff. You tell, there's 1.5 million, 2 million black kids who invest in the arts. You can't tell me that they don't know how to play a nigga from Cleveland. And yet, because
you're terrible.
Because they have been scholastically trained. I'm also an actor, so I know about this shit.
but they've been scholastically trained, so he can play a good doctor.
Okay. So can I ask you a very random question?
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't act, but I know what I like to see. What did you feel about Squid Games? Because it bothered me. I felt like it was overacting.
I've yet to see Squid Games.
What? You haven't seen it. Shawn.
I also
Shawn.
said I did not see.
I had to stand up on you, sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
it's very
I also
different.
didn't see what was that shit? Joe Exotic and shit. I'm
Oh,
like, you know what?
did you see the Tiger King?
I feel better than this. I can't watch this.
Shawn.
You're not gonna let me.
Shawn.
She feels some type of way. She
Yeah,
done
serious.
stood up.
We got a problem.
What is she, 5'4" now? How tall is she now? Like what?
Don't do that.
How tall is she now? You just stood up. You didn't do anything. You barely made the damn border of the IG shit.
Look,
I'm
above the sign. I'm above the sign.
That's
on the main line.
that dyslexic ass Theo Huxtable sign that we can't read. Like, by the way, there's shade in the city. By the way, in case you try to figure it out, it's shade, ShadeNTheCity. So follow them at ShadeNTheCity, and you also have 7 minutes before you get your discount expired from the Body Butter Bakery. You got 50% available. But for the next 7 minutes, if you're watching this live. Tyrone, you want to get in here because these ladies haven't told me anything as far as entertainment is concerned. You said nothing! You said nothing at all!
Oh, someone asked, is this my Skittles?
What's still going wrong? Why am I going on?
For some reason, I eat Skittles like popcorn sometimes, but I saw both movies in Korean. There was actually a better Korean movie than Squid Games that came out like 2 years ago. But they didn't translate it to English. So there was no English dub.
Okay, so maybe that's
they
what it is.
better.
Like, because I just felt like it was like, when I saw it, it was like, okay, they're overworking because it's English, but they're speaking a different language. And it was just too much for me. I was like, it's too much.
Because they had the translation and I can read in Korean, it was just translating a little bit different than what they were saying. So it threw me off, so I had to focus on just what they were saying and stop reading. Then it was good.
I have a Korean friend that says like the Korean dramatics is very emotional and it's very powerful. So even if you don't get the actual subtitles, you might get the gist of it. But even with that said, I hated Queen and Slim, and they could have found plenty of black people. I won't say the N-word anymore because I'm not Joe Rogan. They could have found plenty of black people to play.
Shady motherfucker.
Y'all are from Shade in the City.
Yo, you do know he's got a black daughter, right? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Who, Joe Rogan?
Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter's black.
Which
Okay,
means
stepdaughter.
he thought a lot of things until her mom was throwing it at him. He's like, oh, I'm not going to say that to you in your face, but I'm going to make all this millions of dollars on my damn basement TV radio pod shit.
The stepdaughter's father was actually in the group H-Town.
That's right. That's right. Look it up, guys.
Wow.
Joe Rogan's stepdaughter is black, and her actual father is one of the leads of H-Town. Wow. Somebody knocking, rocking the boots.
Love. Somebody rocking the boots.
Oh yeah, they brought that ugly ass dude in with the bat. Oh yeah, he was ugly as shit, but he was cross-eyed and everything. But he brought the bat in like he's bringing the strength. Holy shit, this show has gone off the rails, ladies. All right, so we got 3 minutes summation. I'm gonna wrap this up, and then if you all want to continue talking after I do my essay, please do so for the IG people. I would appreciate it because we're still up. But let's 3 minutes. Let's put it on 3 minutes mark time, and then we'll do other stuff. Tell me your thoughts in general about reality TV, dating, and what black men need to understand about why black women love this shit. And you have 12 seconds.
No, that's not a leading question at all.
what I can say, what black men need to understand, and I think that you guys have gotten this, and that's probably why we rocked with y'all from the beginning. I'm a loyalty person. I'm an honesty person. That goes a long way. Telling me the truth can go much further, because if you give me a decision and on what I'm going to deal with and what I'm going to put up with, I'd much rather, you know what I'm saying? Give me my choice. I don't like being led into some shit. You let my feelings get caught up, and now I find out you're a liar and you got 5 kids over here, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, so I respect honesty, and honesty will get you loyalty from me, is how I feel. Mills?
Agreed.
That's what we need the black man to know. It's just honesty is a motherfucker. And if you tell them what it is, that's why I go on rants about Nick Cannon all day, right? I don't like what he's doing, but
you mean inseminating the
with
world?
these women. He's honest with these women.
And let me tell you something. I check that as every chance I get, because he's honest.
Yep.
And these females agree to it. And we have females out here getting hot sauce in their pussies with trying to be dishonest and
right?
get people's semen inside of them, when Nick Cannon is out here giving it free, as long as the female agrees to it.
All right, first of all, this is an adult show, so if you don't like that, deal with it. Secondly, you say females more than my friend from Compton, who says females all the time.
We have a sister in LA.
What? Oh, is that what's going on? Females.
And you know what?
Y'all don't even say women. Y'all say females.
She's from Compton, actually. What's crazy? She's from Compton.
Ty, I'm going to give you closing summation, and then we're going to close this segment, and y'all just give it back to me, and I'll let you know when to go. Ty, you want to say something?
Well, first thing is, I've been saying females for 20 years in the military, but I learned
thank you, Ty.
5 years ago not to say females no more. I got into a lot of trouble for that.
We use females.
Well, all right, carry on.
But I honestly feel like men are telling y'all the truth through nonverbal communication.
It's a nonverbal action. Yeah, through your actions. You're right.
And y'all still aren't listening.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm here for it. Okay. Okay, grown man, I'm here for it.
And sometimes a man will just straight up tell you, I ain't shit.
Also
and
facts.
You still go through with it. And then 6 months later, you complaining like this dude was a shit. And he's like, he literally told you
he
that
wasn't
he ain't shit.
No.
He told you. Straight up told you.
He didn't tell you. He showed you.
No, some motherfuckers tell you.
No, some of them tell you, be like, yo, I ain't shit. I'm telling you right now.
The reason I can respect what he's saying, I've had a motherfucker tell me I ain't shit.
Yeah, I ain't shit. I'm on my shit right now. Like, you really want to deal with that?
Your sister said, her man wasn't shit, and you didn't listen to that shit. You didn't collard greens at the same time. You didn't listen to that shit, did you?
I've never had a man tell me that he wasn't shit. I've had
That's a good thing.
I've had a man be completely and totally honest with me and gave me the decision to accept it or not.
Yeah.
But I've never had a dude actually tell me,
I ain't shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Who said not enough time? All right, I'm going to wrap this up here. Listen. All right, so I know you guys are watching. If you all would indulge me for a second, if you want to just sign off, because I have a closing essay that might be a little controversial. I don't want you all to be affiliated with it. I want people to watch me. But if you sign back on within after the thing, that's the extra for the people who watch it on IG Live. We appreciate you. We'll keep this conversation going as long as anybody can stand. Does that make sense to everybody?
Of course.
As long as anybody can stand. But
this is your words, not ours.
These are my words. But without further ado, I want to at least preview my next guest next week. One of my guests.
Shawn, what is going on, man? Pick up the phone, brother. Anyway, man, I'm looking forward to chopping up with you next week. Count me in. I appreciate the invite. Looking forward to getting into some deep conversations with you, man, and the brothers. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
He actually didn't leave his damn name, but that's Dante. We're gonna have Dante from Dante and Aisha next
Okay,
week.
that's what's up. That's gonna be fun.
He's gonna talk with us next week.
That'll be fun.
We're gonna talk about, because the thing about it is that Dante is from Chicago, which is like murder capital at the moment, but he's also a deputy corrections officer. He's not just Aisha's man. We're gonna talk to Dante about some things. I have some psychologists to talk about some things about how Black men are suffering from PTSD. I believe, if I'm correct, Tyrone, you are clinically known as having PTSD. And before I end up this show, because we're going to edit at this point, Tyrone, talk about your next show coming up this Sunday on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I got two good ones. Well, actually, a few good ones that are coming up. That's going to be amazing. One is my old boss from Korea 20 years ago. He actually just retired. Over 20 years, but he is rated 100% PTSD. After that, I have another friend coming on who actually runs the suicide prevention program for the whole Army. So you get to hear what it's like from the other side, having to send care packages and all that stuff. And then we're going to have Aisha, Sabrina, and another friend on. We're going to have a domestic violence panel. We could talk about what that's like from a mental health perspective.
Ty, tell us the name of your show and your YouTube page. So
yeah, it wasn't even supposed to be like a show. I just kind of vented one night. I realized that when I had mentioned it, like during the date, it got a lot of good reviews. And then after my birthday, I was just reflecting. And then I just started talking about my journey. That got a lot of good reviews. I posted it to YouTube. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just keep going with this? So I interviewed my brother. Me and him had a really good talk. And then the next week, I interviewed another longtime friend who happened to be my daughter's godfather. And we were basically like, you know, Black men, we talk about everything but the mental health thing.
Yep.
And then that got a lot of good reviews, yeah.
Can I just say, I had so much respect for you. The fact that you were on TV
and open and honest about that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was huge. That was huge. And for the both of you, that's why we had so much respect for you. Y'all were both honest. Y'all were both open.
You lived in your truth.
Exactly. Like
right.
Yeah.
And that's not something that you
see
on reality TV.
See where that got me.
No, it's got you here.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, I'm joking.
So I'm going to thank everybody on the show. We're going to do a quick wrap, and then I want you all to sign off so it could be just my face so I can get my closing thoughts.
Man, we're not signing off, man.
No, Ty. You got to sign off so you can sign back on for the visuals. You know what I'm saying? Well, all right. You want to stay there? You want to stay there? You want to stay there?
Yeah, I'll just mute my mic.
I was gonna say, how do I look? We don't know how to do that, but we gotta charge our phone, so maybe we'll come back.
Yeah.
Y'all
so
figure it out.
You gonna say something
let me do
controversial?
Go ahead. Let me do my closing. I think people see me at the top, but real quick. Once again, it's our first show. We're gonna get the technical difficulties figured out, but thank you for doing the Shawn Show. Thank you for Ty. Thank you for Shade in the City, and of course, thank you to my lovely sister Jowanda Durham. Follow all of these people at the places that I told you to follow them at, and Kym Dudley, you made this happen. We're doing it again next week. But this is my last Shawn Says. And I just want to leave you this little nugget before you go. And then we're going to cut it right here, and the rest of it will just be live. All right? This is Super Bowl Sunday, and the NFL comes to its huge showcase with a big, fat racial discrimination lawsuit on his hands. Former Dolphins coach has receipts, texts, messages, emails, and more. And he says he can prove the league's bigotry from hiring Black coaches to lead positions. Now, ironically, it's been 3 years since Colin Kaepernick withdrew his grievance against the NFL and its owners. That grievance accused them of colluding to keep him out of the league. The former 49ers QB had the NFL on the ropes, as his suit would have forced depositions from good old boy owners like Jerry Jones, Bill McNair, and Jerry Richardson. Kaepernick withdrew the grievance, though, February, 3 years ago, this date, after reaching a confidential settlement with the NFL. Now, he still remains unsigned by any professional football team. Now, Forbes magazine estimated that the NFL teams' valuations are collectively worth $100 billion, and its new TV contract signed just last spring is worth $110 billion, promised to them. So let's go back to Mr. Kaepernick. He received a settlement. He accepted it. No way is that settlement worth a penny scratch of $200 billion. Now, I know it's easy for my broke ass to say that all this stuff, but this is true of America. Sometimes you cannot secure the bag and take the justice. Sometimes for race, the money is not enough. So when Colin Kaepernick lets these white NFL owners off the hook from being deposed in discovery, a mandatory requirement in a court of law to open their books, some through their good old boy gossipy texts and emails, and force folks to understand and force them from giving what everyone knows the situation is and what will be earth-shattering to the league. Damaging testimony that could bring the NFL to his knees, and he decides to take the check instead. I sigh a little bit every time. Why? Because it's another half measure. It's Black History Month, folks, and I'm tired of half measures. When, as Mike says in Breaking Bad, there are half measures and then there are time for full measures. In Flores' suit, Brian Flores' suit that's up now, he painfully dissects the dilemmas of Black manhood in America, because we aren't men writ large. We are boys to them. We're not qualified to be the boss of men, not to be trusted to do anything but shuck, jive, dance, and sing for entertainment, or just be big black bucks, physical beings and monstrous brutes. We are to be minstrels and hard laborers, not to be seen as men, but constantly as boys. That's why the term boy is euphemistically used more than man when talking about Black men, as we don't matter, as we are only serviceable clumps of flesh, blood, and organs. Black men are not supposed to be bosses. We're not supposed to be leaders of white men. We're not to be respected. And to Mr. Flores' quibble, when they finally do give Black men a job, it's either to clean up their messes. Case in point, Obama's election in the Great Recession, or Dusty Baker in Houston as the Astros cheating scandal endured, or they hire us to be part of a sham. Here's your Black history nugget. A sham like Frederick Douglass, who had no banking experience, who was hired to run the Freedmen's Bank by its litty white board members when they knew that the bank would collapse. Letting the great Black leader take the fall for the demise of a bank that held all those former slaves' savings accounts. Now, Douglass put his money in the bank to show his support. He got his money back. But hundreds of thousands of freed slaves lost everything. Everything. Because they trusted a Black male stooge who took the check. Happy Black History Month. So here's the thing, America. Sometimes you can't have the money or the justice. Sometimes you get both. Often you get neither. But remember my first segment. Black folks amass nothing because we don't transfer wealth. My first segment tonight. You get the money now. But would it matter if generations after you still catch hell for the same bigoted things? You gotta pass it on. I understand taking the money. God, I do. I appreciate Colin Kaepernick for laying the groundwork in the usually go along to get along NFL. But what's ironic is that Brian Flores, as a coach, kept his head down and brushed off Colin Kaepernick's situation. And now he's on the other end of it. Woo! And Brian Flores said he is doing this for his children and for future generations. Good. But if that's the case, we need him to not take the check, but to take it all the way for a full measure. This concludes the Shawn Show. We're going to edit at this point on YouTube. But thanks so much. Thank everybody so much. We're going to keep talking on IG Live because that's what's going on. I
figured out, Tyrone, how to edit this shit. I think I got closing music. But next week, we have Dante, y'all. We have Dante. Dante's going to come over here. We're going to talk about his relationship with Aleisha, his whole thing going through the process. We're going to talk about that goddamn risotto he keeps making as an accomplice to the
Yes, we want to know about the risotto.
As accomplice to the crime. But I'm going to play my fade out music. And thank you guys for joining us. And stick around because we're going to keep talking some more. We're going to play some music for 30 seconds. Peace.
Let me go.
She's going to go pee, by the way.
Thanks. No, yeah.
I did. This alcohol, boy.
All right, I think I got a nice editing point. Thank you all for still sticking around. This is the Shawn Show. This is the Shawn Show Extra. Tyrone, my wingman, is here. And the girls.
Look, not anymore. He's gone.
The girl in her urethra. The girl in her bladder.
What up, Mike Reddy?
So real quick, so is it, we just call you Nell? We just call you Nell and Treese? Is it Nell and Treese? What we do?
Yeah, Nels and Treese.
Cool. All right, Tyrone. You survived that shit. How you feel about it? Tyrone left. He's gone.
Look, everybody.
I'm coming back.
It's just us.
12:13. This is IG Shawn Show Extra. We talk until we don't.
It's gonna become like, what is it, After Dark? It's gonna come BT Uncut.
I know about producing a little bit, and so as a former journalist, like as soon as I get this technical difficulties down, we're gonna have a great ass show. But I think y'all enjoyed it. Hey, thank you, Sherry. Unique Sherry. Did you get your books? I sent them to your brother, Unique Sherry. I sent them to your brother.
Oh, I was like, I didn't get no books.
No, you did not, because you didn't pay the money for them.
No books.
Y'all asses. Oh, I saw that shit. No, your ass didn't get no books. Ty got his book. Ty, I need you to read the book so in a month we can have a book club or something.
All right.
Oh, I love that Black Man Book Club.
Yeah, usually black men are the ones in Black Man Book Club. But
I'm just saying.
Usually, I don't know what kind of RuPaul book club you got going on.
It's a little here, it's a little there.
So Ty was asking you ladies where y'all were at. Y'all are in the DMV.
Yeah.
Stay answer.
I'm in Fort Washington.
And I'm
Fort
in
Washington. Fort Washington. All right. Well, Ty, you have the calm. I'm gonna like relieve myself or something.
We're talking about the whole Black History.
I wanted to ask you a question.
My thoughts on the Black History thing.
Okay.
I guess I could speak to the whole, the thing that Shawn just mentioned, and I feel like if we continue to let them win, even if it's small victories, then they're gonna continue winning. If you can get Jerry Rice to do a fried chicken commercial, then, what are we to do? People don't understand that it is about the imagery.
In the narrative and what they pay.
I've had friends, when they were talking about taking those statues down, he was right and he was saying they should leave the statues up just so they could be reminded of the horrible things that they've done.
I never understood that.
But I was like, that's good for you, but my people get to see,
we're reminded of the horrible things you've done
in chains. You know what I mean? So it's the exact opposite for us. Mm-hmm. I also don't like the narrative of people using their I can't even think of the word right now because I don't even like to use it. But me personally, I refuse to be subconsciously inferior. I'm going to teach my kids to understand what's going on in the world, but I'm not going to teach my kids to be afraid of anyone just because they look different. You know what I mean? No one is more powerful subconsciously, than you, right? Like you get to be as strong as you want to be. I don't think someone should automatically be given privilege that they didn't work for over you, or power over you that they didn't work for.
So my little
don't
sister
deserve that.
said people value money over everything, and that's sad.
Yeah, in the end, they do. I believe Steve Harvey tried to explain that there's ways to get them to play the system to get the money. But in the end, I feel like they are all going to use what they can to eventually take our leaders down, because that is the point. I think we talked about this earlier, Shawn, right? With the 14 words.
Ooh, you mentioned taking leaders down. I'm just getting back in here, so
yeah,
give me up to snuff.
They will do it one by one, because that is the point. That's the goal. And as long as we continue to allow that, they're going to continue to do it.
And allow what, real quick? I missed that. What we allow?
So what I mean by allowing is,
or whatever y'all talking about.
It's like the image. To me, there's things that I pick up that a lot of people may not pick up, right? Like the fact that you can have the president or future president at the time sit in a black church and have another black man say nigga in church, right? He won that day.
Yeah.
You know, he won that day. And it's just those little things that just
He means it's like these small victories.
Yeah.
Yeah. To us, it may not mean a lot, but to them, I feel like there's a secret coded language where at some point in either a commercial or in a movie or in a TV show, there will be a reminder to let them know that they are superior. So even if they make a joke about it, and you see a rebel flag or you see a Nazi flag, it's still there.
No,
Tyrone, if you could answer, so you grew up out of Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people in my 45 years of existence, and I think I've traveled probably 90%, at least state capital wise, of this earth. Boston is still the most racist city I've ever been in. How do you feel about? I say that because that's close to your home turf. How do you feel when I make that statement to you? And
I want to ask him a question once he's done answering that.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
You get in there after that. But I'm from Georgia, but I just say that because.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be an angry black man. So there's just kind of understood. Like I worked in Southie years ago, and it's just understood that, you know, you ain't really supposed to be here, right? We'll serve you, but you ain't really supposed to be here.
Right.
So believe it or not, I used to have these games that I would play with my coworkers at work, where we would go to this place during lunch and we would order the same exact thing. And I would see how many places I could be in front of them, you know, and still have them get their food before me.
This is in Boston.
This is in Boston. I said, we're ordering the same exact thing. I'm going to wait in line. You get in line, one person behind me, and then 2 people behind me, and then 3 people behind me, and then 4 people behind me. And just see how long this can go. You know, this is me. This is probably the best way that I can show you that this is happening without me going off at work. And it was clear to them that, you know, there are 4 or 5 people behind me, but still getting their food first.
Wow.
They're supposed to be a fast food joint.
And
we're just getting bagels.
You're
getting bacon, egg, and cheese bagels. Yeah.
Wow. So Jim Crow existing in northeastern, supposedly white, liberal, friendly country.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say like that, but.
So have you ever, I meant to ask you, but only because I went to Massachusetts for the first time this summer, and we vacation in Wellfleet. I know people from Massachusetts don't even know where that is.
That's the most that's probably the most wealthy city there in Massachusetts.
Okay, so we went there, but it was, when I tell you, I felt like, aside from the people that I was with, we were the only, I hate to say colored, but we were the only people of color, if that makes sense, there. And it definitely, I mean, because we could create our own vibe, but anytime we want to sit out on the front porch, people felt like maybe we should go in because we don't want. And I was like, no, we paid for this Airbnb just like everybody else. Why going inside? Yeah. But and so when you speak to that, I can understand it, because it's like we naturally just retreat because we're taught like, no, and they might look for a reason to call the police on us. So we just need to sit over here and be quiet, even though this is the space that we pay for.
Yeah, a lot of it is us. It's that self-conscious inferiority complex that we're letting them win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we shouldn't.
Crazy because I've never been to Massachusetts. I've never been to Boston. But I have one of my best friends is from Boston, and he's Black.
Yeah.
But he
New Edition's from Boston, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
New Edition's from Boston, by the way.
Bobby Brown, Bobby.
Yeah.
But carry on. I didn't mean to derail your thought.
He talks so highly of Boston and how much he loves it, and it's a great place, and how he loves growing up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's light, but he's Black. Like you can look at him and tell he's Black.
Yeah.
So I never, until she went and told me how her experience was, I was like, really? And now to hear you say it, it's like, yeah.
And I heard that before when I was in hospitality, and I used to have people that come from Boston, and they used to tell me like, no, they're not racially friendly there. They're not. Look at Shawn.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Alabama, but
no, it's not like Alabama, but you're not gonna get like New York.
They just don't have the white seats available.
Tiny town, Tuscaloosa, in Alabama, and I didn't have
Roll Tide, Tuscaloosa. I'm
not. But a lot of it is
different in Georgia.
Look, I'm from New York, but I got some family in Tuscaloosa, okay?
Yeah. A lot of it is us, right? A lot of it is us. And there's little things that we let them get away with, like, overthinking or feeling uncomfortable when we get a first class ticket on a plane, right? There's no need to overthink that. Or if you go to a nice restaurant and you don't see no other Black people in there,
then
right? Because you know that you're looking and you're counting, right? That's just something that you're doing instead of just owning that moment and being like, yeah, I'm here. Get used to seeing this because you're going to see a lot of it. So in my mind, whenever I'm in those positions, I see it as my opportunity to represent for other people that can't be there. So they can get used to that. So we normalize.
Love is open right now.
Yeah. I want to normalize Black success. I want to normalize wealth. I want to normalize that shit.
Ty, you make a great point. You know who does normalize Black success? The people who started
the body butter.
No. I'm not. No. Show's over. But I'm curious. I can't wait to get the receipts from people who took advantage of that because I think they did. But no, guys, that's true. I'm talking about the people who started Western aggression in the first place. The Anglicans, the English. They eliminated racism while we were about to have a civil war, right? And now they you would think if you watch a British show, you would think that it was 12 to 20% Black folk. London is like 4% Black people. England is not Black, but I'm not saying that they're like for pixie dust and all that other shit. Brixton still had riots and all that other stuff, but white people in Britain have sort of like, no, the Africans have money. They could do things. Because
the
Americans
have up there, and literally, so apparently they don't have guns. Apparently they everybody it's only nice.
They're European, so they still don't have American bullshit.
But the racism there is not there's
it's there, but so can you agree? I've had a couple friends that have come from. I've never been to London, or Europe, but one thing that they will say, and I feel like it's more based. If you're judged, it's based off your class. It's not because of your race. Like, it's something that you can control, not something that you were born into.
Yes.
I can see that. Because Korea's like that. Like, in Korea, there's really no middle class. You either have money or you don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? I feel like in the end, we're outnumbered. So that is going to help them. What else was I going to say about that? If you get too loud with it, they're going to end you just the same way they've ended so many other people before us. who's gotten too loud with it. So if I get too loud with it, they'll probably end me too. Yep. Right? So just be smart about it.
See, Tyrone, I was worried about like being political on the show and shit, you know, with you here. Not to say that you weren't down with it,
what?
But
I'm black. Ain't nothing I can do about that. I'm black.
No, there's nothing that any of us can do about it. Mm-hmm. You know, I know so many people who get squeamish about saying their realities, and I didn't decide to say let's get on live and talk to a bunch of strangers in front of my iPad just so I could tiptoe around some shit, you know. And by the way, Instagram, this is some bullshit. I have a perfectly good Microsoft Surface Pro with a great camera. A better camera. You got me on this bullshit. Y'all need to get your life right. That's why your stock
I agree. Look,
that's why your stock is tanking.
I guess probably the best way to say it is that there are non-threatening ways to promote Black success. And there's people that would say, why do you care about being threatening? Right? Why do you care about being threatening? And it's because they will find a way to silence you, even if it means purchasing your company. Right? I've gotten offers, but I always felt like they're trying to silence me. So I never accept them. I feel like I represent for a lot of people who can't speak for themselves, especially in my industry, which is tech and cybersecurity. Mm-hmm. But that's what's going to happen if you become too big. You go about it the wrong way.
They got to knock you down.
They will end you, which is why a lot of people don't appreciate Michael Jordan's approach to Black success. He's probably created the most successful Black managers and high-level positions out of anyone out there.
And you know what's so interesting about that, Tyrone? He did it like his mentor, Dean Smith, did it. Like, Dean Smith was like, I'm going to integrate basketball as a white guy. But I'm just going to, just do it. I'm not going to make an announcement.
Don't be rah-rah about it.
I'm not going to be rah-rah about it.
You can see me. You see me.
Yeah, you see how normal this shit is? You see how I expect them to do certain things? And Michael Jordan has hired scores of professional Black folks. Now, I will say on a Black social level, people will look at who's Michael Jordan fucking as opposed to who's Michael Jordan
he wants.
Hiring.
Anybody he wants.
Anybody he wants.
Goddamn wants. Say that again, Ty Wilson.
Goddamn Michael Jordan.
Hey, one more time, Ty Wilson.
I am Michael Jordan. Anybody I want.
Bitch. And he says bitch at the end of it too.
He got that kind of money. He got that FU money. He got that I will buy you money. He got that.
I can buy your ass 5 or 6 times over. I remember Paul Mooney having a joke on a Chappelle show. And Paul Mooney's
Nick Cannon can do it.
Y'all asses talking about Nick Cannon as if he should be on the Black
slipped it in.
Jordan got billions.
No.
Billions with a B.
And so, Nick Cannon has thousands. Oh, yes, go ahead.
Did you see the Kaepernick documentary or thing on Netflix?
I
would love to know your thoughts.
I'm assuming
because I will not let my 3-year-old son. He has a nice little bush, and now I just won't let nobody cut it off. Everybody's like, it needs some moisture. It could, I need to get that body butter.
I got through 6 minutes of it.
Ty, could you say that again? Ty, could you say that again?
I got through 6 minutes of it.
Really?
I want Ty to go first, and then I want to explicate because I think we're on the same page. Go for it, brother.
I think my opinion changed when he got the settlement. I hate to say it.
That was my point.
I hate to say it because if you're going to stand for something. I don't even know the reason why I took the settlement. I'm pretty sure there's probably a good reason. I'm pretty sure he probably even gave the money to a bunch of different groups. But the imagery, and what it meant for him to take the settlement.
Do you think that's hushing him, though?
Oh, of course it was hushing him. Oh, carry on, Ty.
No. I'm only asking because I thought they were doing another documentary with him.
Is it Spike Lee doing something on him?
Yeah.
I think it's a psychological sign that in the end, we know who has the power.
And the people who have the power always count on your dumb nigga ass to take the money.
Okay.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it like that.
I
Shawn
said
it like that.
It's the Shawn Show extra. So it's me.
This is the uncut version, right?
It's me. It might be eliminated from IG after the fact, but this won't be actually on YouTube. So that's why we're talking this way. But this is Ty is on point on all those things. That's why I wrote this, because the last essay I wrote, because people were like, yeah, I'm protesting the NFL and I'm doing it. First of all, your protest of the NFL doesn't mean shit. The NFL lost ratings because they moved from a city that liked them to a city that didn't even have sports. They moved from St. Louis that was core about football to LA. You don't have a Nielsen box. Those ratings went down because your black ass don't have a Nielsen box. And there's certain fandoms, we think we control so much as black people. White people ain't studying us. White people ain't studying us.
Yeah.
So what we do control is like the jerseys we buy, the tickets. Those are tangible, direct effect ballots. Money is ballots. The Colin Kaepernick thing. I appreciate his radicalism, but it turned into celebritism. And celebritism is like, I have a thing to say that's important, but you know what I'm not going to do? Talk to you and tell you what I think is important. You have people who fighting for him, fighting for his cause, but he won't talk about what his cause is.
I get what you're saying. Everybody
and then the damn documentary was just after school break fluff. What life have you lived?
So,
he grew up with, okay.
I think it's very clear.
Because I love to play devil's advocate.
She loves to play devil's
advocate. I love to play devil's advocate. So hear me out.
Go for it.
You grew up the mixed kid with these white parents who didn't necessarily.
Census says we have Census says we have at least 2 million mixed children in America.
I think it was clear what his cause was. I think it was clear what he was talking about. Just nobody was listening. I feel like the whole way that he grew up, all that stuff, really, to me, doesn't matter because where he is presently, they see him as this black dude.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Being a soldier for 20 years, when I first saw him kneeling, my first thought was, what the fuck is he kneeling for? Like, why would he do that?
Now Ty, real quick, Ty,
Yeah.
and I want you to make sure you resume your thought, but I want to interject. A soldier told him that was like
no,
the most
you're right.
respectful way.
I was
carry on.
Wait, I didn't hear that. What was that, Shawn? A
soldier told Kaepernick, because Kaepernick did advise a man who was a member of the military, how should he respectfully protest during the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right.
But I want Ty, as a soldier and a black man, to continue his thought. Please.
Yes. Okay. So without hearing the story and doing the background checks and reading up on it, my first instinct was to be upset that he's kneeling. But then I read up and I was like, oh, that's probably the most respectful way to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But, I also thought, like, that is the point of me being a soldier, to give anyone the ability to do that. Like, even if you were racist and saying bad things about me. Yeah, I'm fighting for you to be able to do that. So I get it. I understand. I'm going to stay out of it. And I felt like because he was bringing too much negative energy, not to necessarily a business.
When Rock Nation partners with the same organization that doesn't give a fuck about us, with the exception of the entertainment and talent we bring. What?
No, she's on it. So you got to read the other.
So in the end,
she gave graph before that, but I want Tyrone to finish his thought.
I can't see the comments, but in the end, we have to understand that it's all about a business, and when you start to go against a brand. Right? No matter if you feel that your stance is right, no matter if the brand feels your stance is right, if the brand is losing money, they're going to make changes. And that's really all it is. They can believe Colin Kaepernick wholeheartedly and support him wholeheartedly. But if their public support means they lose money, then they're gonna make some changes. And that's what was happening. So here's something that will make you happy. Let's move past this.
He was appeased.
He was appeased, yeah.
Ladies, you were talking about Kaepernick earlier.
Yo, I got like 5 more minutes, y'all. I got
That's
like
cool.
5
That's cool.
more minutes.
Yeah, you get 5 more minutes, and these ladies might have 6, and then they'll be done. But either way.
Did we even talk about what y'all wanted to talk about?
Yes.
No, it's been like 3 hours. Okay.
We asked our questions now. We get expertise. We learn. We keep
y'all
it on y'all. Are we on a speed date? This is a long
Hold
date.
on a second. Y'all ass had 2 questions? What the fuck? Y'all didn't ask shit.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, whoa. I got more. I got more.
You're welcome to put that notebook down. The speed dating stuff. My speed dates will be announced next week. We're about to close in. We got a very popular spot. We're going to have it going on. Tyrone is interested in possibly joining.
I never got the invite.
No.
I never got any invite.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're looking. I'll just say this: March 20th. March 20th, at a very popular place. We'll have some deals for you. It'll be fun. It'll be delightful. It'll be black excellence. So we'll announce that next week. That means I got to text somebody this week. But we're close. We're close. And then we'll get done. Look, just like we promoted this shit. Like I'm surprised at the people who actually stuck with us at this time. All right, so Tyrone's going to be on
people's Twitter. We're going to be on people's YouTube.
Ty, you got anything that you need to get answered before you call it a night?
No, I'm good. I got all my answers.
And I heard Fort Washington. So, you ladies like football? Who you cheering for?
I love football.
She loves football.
I bet on it. I love basketball. I'm kind of a sports junkie.
Oh, hey, Latrice, I'm 18 in a row in betting on Game Bet DC. 18 in a row. That includes the parlays, but I paid rent last month. I started with a $50 bet, and then I kept exponentially. I know how to pick them right now. Watch, I'm going to get my DMs flooded, and I'm going to all of a sudden not –
because I'm going to be in them. Not because I'm going to be in them.
What?
Because I'm going to be in them.
I'm just saying, I just won my little parlay tonight. I put $40 on the Hawks against the Pacers. I put $45 on the Nuggets against the Knicks, and then I put the other $15 in a parlay, and I won from that $100 investment $222.
That's still that I said that to myself. I was like, they traded all the Pacers. There's nobody there. It has to be.
But I did it last night before they traded shit. So I feel good about me. Tyrone, you got some closing remarks on this extra before. Oh, by the way, pub again. You're wonderful because you're getting a lot of
Ty, I'm
followers.
trying to follow you on YouTube. Where's your YouTube at? What's your name?
I'm Ty Wilson 21 everywhere.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I accidentally closed my old YouTube page, so I have to wait another 2 weeks before I can get a custom URL.
Well, you got to get 100.
But Ty Wilson 21.
I subscribe. We're subscribed.
I'm there. I should be at what?
Yeah,
160, 170, something.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not there. I'm at like 45 or something. Once I get 100, you're gonna be able to tell me shit. And then when I get 10,000, you really gonna be telling me shit.
Yeah.
And we gotta get our Shade in the City girls up too because we like these women. We like these girls, and we gotta bring out.
When is y'all next show?
Yeah, when's y'all next show?
We're supposed to be doing Power and Force, but me went on vacation to Oklahoma.
That doesn't sound like vacation.
I had to go see my daddy, but it was. But
that
that was
see your daddy. That's not vacation.
I ain't been nowhere in a while, but.
It wasn't like you in a string bikini walking the streets of Tulsa. And
it was cold. And it was cold.
See, that's a vacation to me. That's the beach, bikini, chilling, drinks. That's the vacation.
And girl, to your right was Black Wall Street. What the fuck ever? Delicious.
You are funny. No, because I actually didn't even get to see Tulsa. So I literally was just in Oklahoma City.
Well, you got all our stuff. Let's DM each other. Let's actually have a social meeting of all of us. Ty's gonna leave us. If y'all want to still hang with me for a second, you're welcome to. If not, I'll just close this whole thing up. Ty, you about to break out?
I was gonna say, I think we're gonna break out too, because I
actually,
gotta get my baby in bed.
Oh, you got a baby?
yeah, actually, I just subscribed to y'all YouTube.
What?
We have, sir,
We're in.
we got live.
I have a 3-year-old, and she has.
I got 2. I have a look. I gotta think about how old she is. I got a 17 and a 4-year-old.
Wait a minute.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ain't no way.
Boy, this is a whole nother conversation.
This is a whole other show.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ain't no
good
way,
night,
bro.
Ty. Good.
Yeah, I just subscribed. I think I just subscribed to y'all.
Okay, thank
YouTube.
you.
All right, let's wrap it up with y'all then. So,
Fuck Ty,
Ty, you
right?
here?
Fuck Ty, huh? No,
I thought you
no,
were
I'm
gone.
playing. Good, good night, y'all.
Good night.
All right, good night. Thank you
All right,
so
good
much.
night.
Hey, I
Tomorrow.
love you, boy. I'll talk to you
another
tomorrow.
episode.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Ty.
All right.
Thanks, boy.
All right, good
Yeah,
night.
good night, y'all.
Good night.
About to wrap it up. So, ladies, did you all join on for the whole show, or just when you thought you were about to come on? Because I did see some stuff, and I'm like, who's this? Who's this?
We joined on maybe 30 to 40,
yeah, 30 minutes before we supposed to go.
Oh,
on.
right on time to see my sister give all these great
We saw your
stories.
sister. We saw.
Yeah.
That's how we knew the shade. We saw Ty's sister.
Yeah. We seen it.
Now, how long have you all been blogging?
For we started October. So
we started.
We're still fairly new.
We started in October, but we didn't start posting.
We didn't even start posting videos till November, early November.
So we have videos that we have in our, in our
vault. You see us grow over time.
Exactly.
Well, this is our first. Yes, you see you get better. You put your little shit back there and everything. This is our first one. And, I almost showed Jack Johnson. I got Jack Johnson over there. If you see Jack right there.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but there's a lot of other stuff, and I didn't want to be a distraction. And I like the way the board was there, but we'll eventually get Jack Johnson and my other really righteous pictures involved in my apartment. This is downstairs. Upstairs is different. But you all added something to the show, so you did well.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't know if I need all of the constant revisits of who was awesome on the show that I was on. Don't know if I need that. Shit, I gave up on that shit as soon as I was done.
We saw that, Shawn. We saw that you were so done. You were like, "Thank you, Jesus, I'm done."
Well, it wasn't just a thank you, Jesus. And that was not scripted. It was just a matter of it did happen. It happened the way I wanted it.
That was definitely
so
yeah, that's exactly what you were giving.
I sip coffee. I don't sip tea. I don't spill it. But I'll tell you this. I did say to somebody, I don't know who, I may have to self-eliminate just because this feels like bullshit. This feels this feels like not what I signed on for.
You know what?
And because of that,
watch the new season because I actually feel like they did a better job of bringing a lot. I mean, it's a lot less people. It does seem like a little rushed, a little bit, but it seems like there would be more people on there that would connect.
They are, and this is not a slight to any particular person, but just in generic looking at it. And I've always said this, so I'll stand up to it. There were more people on my season looking to secure this metaphorical, mythological bag as opposed to find somebody. And therefore,
you said it. Thank you for clarifying.
Ergo vis-a-vis, this season sucked. Our season sucked. And we can't even refer to it. I, as a cast member who didn't have shit to do with much of that. Yeah. As a cast member, it's like, oh, you on that shit. That's like a traumatic mind swipe for some people. Like, oh, we can just move on to this shit. There was I think there were 2 seasons of Real World in the same place. Now, this is me showing my age because I think the oldest person here is 36.
I watched the Real World too. Look, are you watching the reboot on Paramount?
Let's see now. Here we go.
You know what?
I remember the shit 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago.
You're not gonna like what I'm about to say. You're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
All right, what you got?
But we both feel like your interest on, I don't want to say love interest, but your interest on the new season, we feel like she's just trying to secure the bag.
Which interest on the new season?
Tiffany. We feel like she's a little opportunist. Here's my thing. I don't want to say opportunist, but she lets you know what she needs, which you clearly like. But the thing is, she's letting you know what she needs out the gate. Like, it's not even like I'm trying to come have. It's like, no, I want a man to support me. I want him to bring home the bacon so I can cook it.
Is she gonna cook it?
We don't know.
First of all, yeah.
She might.
Tree said she was gonna cook it. That's kind of big. She's gonna cook it. That's kind of good.
She's from Emporia.
At least I brought the bacon.
But the thing is, So when Aleisha said it, we know that Aleisha has her own set
of businesses where,
right?
She's not really expecting you to take care of her.
And she just wants to her feminine energy.
Yeah, Aleisha is what if casting directors put out a person that they wanted, she fills out every single line to the T. Aleisha understood the assignment. She's ideal for this, and that's why she has a man. But you're saying that Tiffany... That's why she has a man. So you're saying that Tiffany is like someone that, if I were to watch the show more in detail, is like, oh, you may not like her as much as you think.
That's why I said watch it and then hit me in the DMs. We'll talk about it. We'll come back on, or you'll come back on our
joint. Feel like she went after Wiley because Wiley was
the first thing she noticed was
DC royalty. Wiley's DC royalty.
Well, yes, but
she didn't even know that.
We didn't know that the first episode. And the first thing she said, and he was talking about, oh, I went to Virginia Tech, whatever, I won a championship and whatever. She said, oh, I noticed the ring. I said, oh.
And then the fact that
she found her bag. She found her bag.
Then the fact that he's DC royalty. Oh yeah, that's a plus.
I didn't know that, but thank you for letting us know.
Exactly. But wait. She noticed the man's ring, which is like clearly a championship ring of some sort. It's not a wedding ring. What's wrong with that? He's proud of it. She's going to notice it. She's going to puff his ego and say, yo, bruh, you did something academically. Why did he win that ring, by the way?
I think it would be different if she would have asked about it.
She got to pee again.
You're funny. It'd be different if
she said about herself, she got to pee again.
Yes. It'd be different if she asked about it, right? But the thing about it, she didn't even ask about it. Like, she was just, like, eyeing it, and she was waiting for him to, like, what's the reason behind that? And if you're really interested in getting to know, like, me, I don't know. That's a nice little ring on your finger. So what did you win? Because I'm into sports. What playoffs was you, like, so that's my thing. Maybe she's not into sports.
But Therese, that's also because you're into sports. So you understand what that means when you see it on a man's fingers. So, like, a woman who's not into sports, she sees something ornate, she may be like, all right, I'm going to ask him about this, but it's not going to mean that world of a difference to me because she doesn't know about the ring. All athletes talk about the ring. Is that correct?
Yes, but it seemed like she was more interested in him once he confirmed, yeah, I used to play. Like, it just, I don't know. It just gave me opportunistic. And she's
asking you
from
this.
the bathroom.
So I'm going to ask you this. Do you know what he used to play?
Position-wise? No. But
what was the sport? He's a Vontae, so it was an ACC championship ring.
Yeah, so it was football, right?
So I don't know. I only watched an episode. That's what I told you, go. I told you this. Don't listen to Shawn. Shawn watched the show around a bunch of people, and then I watched highlights from the second or third episodes because I was around a bunch of people because it was their party. So that's why I brought y'all asses on. Y'all supposed to know this shit.
No, we watched.
I don't fucking know.
Shawn, we watched this shit 2 or 3 times.
Number 9 says football. She says football. It was football. He was a hokey. He was a football player, and that means he did that shit. So how old is Wiley? Is
Wiley's only 32 because he was even there, and only because we're in the area, I know people that know of him. He was there when the Virginia Tech shooting happened.
Well, that also means that Wiley got that shit done. Oh, Virginia Tech shooting. So that's like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech did win an ACC championship with them. Okay, it all checks out.
Yeah.
With that said, just because the woman is a little lackadaisical in acknowledging this man's bling on his non-wedding finger, that means that she, in y'all eyes, you thought she was an opportunist?
Well, I just saw it as that was the first thing that she know. That was what she gave, and that's why, again, it's great to be here to talk to you, to be like, is that editing? Right? Like
it wouldn't be editing. It wouldn't be editing. I mean, that's actual like nuts and bolts information that they give. That's nuts and bolts information that they would give to you.
So I just felt like it was just like, I just think personally that wouldn't have been the first thing that I looked for.
Let me say this.
Okay. All right. Nell drops in and she's gonna go pee. All right, go.
Imagine it's not on the show, right? And it's just a regular woman. She walks into a bar. She notices a guy, right? And she doesn't necessarily have her own bag, or she may, but she's looking for a guy to take care of her. It not necessarily be her partner, just to take care of her, right? So she's noticing things about him that may make him look like he can take care of her, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe she's noticing the Shawn Show. So maybe she's noticing.
Yeah, it's not the Shawn Show anymore. So
maybe she's
carry on. So that's just me.
Maybe his shoes. Maybe she's noticing his belt. Maybe she's noticing just like little subtle things, right?
So now she's CISing his ass.
That's what women are.
CI-assessing his ass.
That's what women do. Okay.
What happened?
I know that's what women do. I'm familiar with y'all. I'm older than y'all.
I was saying maybe if she was say like she wasn't on the show, and she's walking into a bar and she sees this guy and she's noticing little things about him, like his shoes, his belt, and things like that.
But because she's on TV, it amplifies.
No. And these are things that to her means, oh, he's got money, right? He's got money. But we are watching a show, right, where she is seeing that this man he's in sports, he's won a championship, and she said she didn't mention it. She didn't say, oh, what is that ring for, or whatever. When he mentioned the championship, oh yeah, I noticed that. Of course you did.
But she doesn't engage in the achievement that was required to get the ring. That's what you're saying. She doesn't engage in the achievement that's required to get the ring.
No, absolutely not. To her, that means money. So when you
and that's why, you know why? Maybe because I would have noticed it too, but like I said, I enjoy sports. So for me, then that's a whole nother conversation and connection, because I'm gonna try to connect with you on the football
you're gonna dig into that ass like,
exactly.
Oh, you were
on
that team
and I might not know about your career, but
we're
gonna
look
talk
at him
sport.
like, I really don't give a fuck. But your ass is gonna be like, yeah. So Michael Vick, my favorite player, he was also playing such and such. Like, you're gonna dig into it. Yeah. So that
and maybe I would have got better on the show,
interest.
Right? And let me tell you something, Shawn. For someone who doesn't do sports, I'm just gonna notice. Oh, that's a nice ring. I don't know what the fuck it means or what it means. Right?
Could I ask?
But someone who's looking for that.
What do you do, older sister, who's not that taller or older? What do you do, older sister? Hey, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. What? Well, not what do you do for a living, but what do you do for, like, all right, I'll do that. Like you just said, like, that guy, I'm not doing what that guy's offering me. What do you do as far as, like, a guy will offer you something? What is interesting to you?
What is interesting to me?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know, and that's why she left the whole damn thing.
Okay, what piques my interest?
My tequila's good, by the way. My tequila is good.
What piques my interest is out of the ordinary. I like men who plan.
Yes, she does.
I like men who plan. I like thinkers. I like men who take in consideration what I like, not what they think is special, what they think is great, what they think
they actually listen.
But what actually works for you?
Pay attention to what I'm saying, what I think is special, and put that into action. That is what I like. If I tell you that I am not necessarily the type of person who, let's not get it twisted, every woman likes gifts, right? But if I tell you that
gifts like GIFs or gifts like
you
no.
You
can't.
No.
I have no idea.
I mean, like gifts. If I tell you that I'm the type of person who, okay, like every woman likes gifts, right?
Got it. Okay.
Because to us,
I'm being silly. Go on.
Listen, because to us, that means that you're thinking about us, right?
Okay.
It's not even what you do, what you bought, or what you bring home, right? It's the fact that you are thinking about us enough to show it in physical form, right?
Okay.
So if I tell you that I like thoughtful gifts, right? Where you may think, oh, she might like these $500 pair of shoes, or she might like this purse or whatever. Yeah, it's nice. Of course, it will go with my outfit. It's great. It's beautiful. But how much thought did you have? How much thought did you put into it? I'm the type that likes thoughtful gifts. You actually had to think about it, maybe get it customized and order it, take time to do it, and then present it to me. Versus, because if you go to the store and just buy me a gift, right, I'm gonna feel
Lady Bond, what is it? Lady Bond number 9. Study.
Yeah, she's into it.
Yeah,
I'm going to feel like it was a last minute thing, and you know, maybe it's birthday, anniversary, or whatever it is, right? It's a last minute thing, and you're just trying to appease me, right? Versus you doing what you know will make me happy. So, and you know what, and you know what, back in the day when I was younger, there was no talk of this love language.
Yeah,
shit, right?
Because I was gonna say I'm an affirmation girl.
But talking about love language, right?
I have a whole rant on that. Go on.
I think it's super important to know.
Is it the love language?
I do.
Men don't know shit.
I do. I
men
think
don't
it's
know what the
important
fuck.
because
This is how
I
y'all
think
talk.
it's important because your
love
partner's
language.
love language may be gift giving, great gift giving for someone else, right? But your love language may be you want thoughtful gifts. You want shit that takes time and thought. And that's what actually, and it could be some shit that costs you $5. But how much thought did it take for you to get?
I'm here for Lady, whatever's her, I'm here for her. She's in the conversation.
Lady Bond number 9. You need to log off.
Lady Bond number 9.
You just need to like get out of here because you're messing up.
She's on our side.
No. She doesn't know what the hell. She doesn't know what the hell y'all are really saying, and I'm about to tell you what you're really saying. You are saying shit. Y'all are saying a bunch of shit, and Lady Bond like, yeah.
Yes, Lady Bond.
She's saying, first of all, a man doesn't need it to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs you to be, on a generic level, acknowledge the specific day for him. So, what that means, like my father, like my friends who are fathers, etc. Father's Day, Valentine's Day, it's like, hey, baby, I love you. And you kiss him on the cheek because it's a special day. That's enough for a man.
But you get that every day.
You should.
You don't get it every day. And that's why this conversation exists. You don't get it every day. You don't get the...
Because your wife doesn't walk out the door and say, I love you. And
it's not even your wife. It's just on a generic level. It's like, there's the old... Chris Rock is my spirit animal, by the way.
Okay.
There's an old Chris Rock.
Out of all people, Chris Rock?
No, because Chris Rock talks about the things that daddy does, the things that men do, and things that men go through. Chris Rock will say, like, yeah, hey, Dad, thanks for knocking out this light.
That is
That's all that Dad wants.
Dad doesn't even need the bells, the whistles, unless he's fucking Kanye West. No one needs doves and shit. We just need you to say, hey, you know what? You did all right by us. That's all men want.
That's great. Y'all are low maintenance. But what about your wife? What about your girlfriend? What about what they need?
I'm not done.
Oh, he's not done. He's not done yet.
I know about the wife, but what I'm saying is the wife hardly gives the man that.
I feel like that's BS.
It's the truth.
I feel like that's BS.
This is why on the Shawn Show 0.0, because I said it was a test show last week, when the NFL added an extra week and they moved the Super Bowl to Valentine's weekend, they were doing the equivalent of Russian tanks moving their 100,000 troops to the border of Ukraine. They were about to start World War goddamn III. When the NFL moves the Super Bowl, where you usually have a breather to give the woman what she wants, because it's not about the man. It's nice if you recognize the man. But I'm sorry, most of you women, even if you love your man, do not recognize the man. You're like, oh, this is great, right? You get whatever steak you want. Bitch, that's not